This is a special presentation of Tiger Sports on Alamo Sports and Talk 1230 and 101.9 FM.
Hello and welcome to Tiger Stadium here on this Friday night. We hope you're having a fantastic evening, getting ready for the weekend. We're getting ready for Tiger football tonight. A beautiful evening here in the Tularosa Basin. I'm Charles Winicky. Thanks so much for tuning in, and welcome to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show as we get you ready for the Alamogordo Tigers and their district matchup tonight against the Las Cruces High School Bulldogs. We've got I think an interesting matchup tonight. Bulldogs come in at 2-4, much better than their record. We'll talk about that a little bit. You heard Coach Cisco probably talk about it a little bit in his interview, which we'll play here in just a little while. So we'll tell you about that coming up here in just a little bit. But they have played a very tough schedule, but they've won their last two. The Tigers coming off a big district win last Thursday against Carlsbad right here at Tiger Stadium and trying to keep that momentum rolling. And I don't know if they can lock up a playoff spot tonight, but they certainly will go a long way towards doing that if they can come out here and get a win over Las Cruces. Cruces is ranked in the top 8, I believe. I think they were 7th in the most recent Max Preps rankings. Tigers are 12. If the Tigers could come out here and get a victory tonight, it would make a big jump for Alamogordo in terms of their ability to lock down a playoff spot tonight. So if you're listening to us, come on down. There's still plenty of time. We've got about 20 minutes until kickoff. Both teams have gone back to their locker room. The Alamogordo Tiger Band is out here. They'll perform at halftime. The choir is somewhere around here. I think they've been performing up here in the press box recently, but they'll do the national anthem here soon. The Alamogordo High School Junior ROTC is in the house as well. It's officials appreciation tonight. So we got the officiating crew here on hand. And hopefully we'll have some more people filling in the stadium tonight. Much cooler evening than what we've had so far this year, so we're excited about that. May actually have a little bit of a fall chill by the time we get finished with tonight's matchup. All right, let's go ahead and take our first commercial break. And when we come back on the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show, we'll hear from Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Cisco. Stay with us. This is Tiger Football pregame on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other issues may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow and no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9. Getting ready for tonight's matchup, the Tigers and the Bulldogs. Earlier in the week, we chatted with Alamogordo Tigers head football coach A.J. Sisko. Let's hear what he had to say.
Coming off a big district win over Carlsbad, Coach, certainly was an up-and-down game for both teams, but you guys found a way to get out of there with a win.
We did, man, and it's good to be 1-0 after that first district game and starting that second part of your season. And started with a win and kind of set yourself up where you control everything else out in district is a good feeling for us, which we haven't had here.
A lot of different guys had big games for you on the night. The guys that I feel like we mentioned a lot with, Anthony and DeAndre. Somebody I thought really stepped up was Michael Gonzalez. We haven't talked about him a ton, but boy, he had some big plays for you.
He did. He bailed us out and made some big plays on our little smoke screens and ended up breaking tackles and extending drives and had a big catch. And, we don't throw the ball down the field a ton, but when we hit those screens and we can get positive yards, we're hard to defend because we've got to play sideline to sideline.
And Elijah, his name didn't show up a bunch in the stats, but him running that speed option in that game, boy, he made so many big plays and so many correct pitches to break big plays for you.
He does, and he's the leader of that entire group. He runs the show. He controls it. We talk a lot during practice about if he wants to check something, he gets to check it and move it to a different side based on what he sees. We're blessed to have him, and it's lucky to have a kid that's 4 years in the program, being a quarterback, a 2-year starter. He gets to understand those things, and he runs that show, and he's very good about taking care of the football this year, knock on wood. But running that speed option, we can put pressure on people, and he's not an elusive runner. He's not somebody that's going to break one for 60 and make house calls, but he can dang sure move the chains for us and force people to play a little differently against us.
Yeah, and having to guard, if it's Anthony or Avion on the outside, knowing that they've got to protect makes it challenging for defenses.
It is, and that's something that we put in this year that we haven't ran. We've never had a kid, even with Elijah last year, we didn't have the confidence in him to run the speed option as well. And now going into senior year, we have a lot of faith in him taking care of the football, making the correct read, and he does a good job. When he gets a seam, he's going to go forward for 8 to 10 and make sure we're in a good situation or we're moving the sticks. And if we get the pitch, we pitch it, and we get it to our skill guys outside in space and let them run.
Well, we talked about it going into the Carlsbad game, that Carlsbad was much better than their record showed. Las Cruces, maybe they are much, much, much better than their record shows with the early schedule that they played against Cleveland and Eastwood and Volcano Vista and can't remember who the fourth was. Yeah, they're Americas. I always forget them, but we're talking about two of the best teams in El Paso and two of the best teams in the state of New Mexico, and I think maybe we're starting to see in the last two games what this group's capable of.
Yeah, this group's very talented, and this is a group with a lot of experience. They only graduated, I believe, 10 kids or so last year. And so these kids have a ton of experience. They did lose some playmakers. They lost a running back and a receiver that were very good for them. And the kid that came in and played quarterback against us was a freshman, and he's now a sophomore, and he can sling it, and he does a good job with that offense. And Coach Lopez and his staff do a good job offensively of formation, things, and they're very physical. They're huge. They're definitely not a 2-4 team of whatever their record is. They're a team that should be top 5, 6 in the state with the talent they have and how they execute. And they made a long trip to Hobbs, got lightninged out, had to stay the night unexpectedly, and then play a 10 o'clock game Saturday morning and came out and played really well against Hobbs and put it on them. We've got our hands full Friday night here.
For you guys, it's the same things we've been talking about, and I think, the frustrating thing for you guys offensively was not finishing off some of those drives off of turnovers last week. If you can get that cleaned up, this may be a game where you guys have to score 30 to 40 points to go out there and win this one.
Hopefully not.
I know you don't want to, but it has the feel of the kind of points that they've been putting up the last couple of weeks. You're definitely going to have to score.
We're going to have to play really well defensively, and they've got an explosive running back that's a sophomore. They got a receiver that's a sophomore. That's a stud that I think caught 2 touchdowns last week. Guardiola does a good job. Their old quarterback from last year now starts at safety, and they'll put him in there at quarterback and let him run, named Lashley. They're very talented offensively, so we're going to have our hands full defensively. We got to be able to line up correctly to all the different formations they're going to give us, and then just play and keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, and hopefully things go our way defensively. We can create some plays. Offensively, they're going to play straight man, and we got to be able to throw the ball, and we got to be able to run the ball. We've done some things this week to kind of take advantage of some things they do defensively, but we've got to be able to sustain drives, and we can't let their big bodies wear on us for 4 quarters, or we're going to have a hard time stopping them late in the game.
Well, and I feel like the offense is starting to gain more and more confidence in the last 3 or 4 games. Is that a fair thing to say that you're seeing there?
We are. And it's the same confidence that we've had when we started the year. We're just executing at a higher level in advance and being able to move the chains. And we're not going to hit huge plays all the time, but we've got to be able to sustain drives. And the big part is what we've talked about a lot is when we get inside the red zone is we got to be able to put points on the board and score touchdowns and at least kick field goals and continue those things. And we left probably 3 touchdowns on the field last week when we didn't score, and that game might be a different score if we can do those things. And going down into the districts now, and we can't have those situations come up because we're playing quality teams the rest of the year out, that if those things happen to us, it can bite us in the butt.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle.
1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers! It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nex International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company, 318 South White Sands Boulevard, or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. Welcome back to the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show as the Alamogordo Tigers are about ready to kick off here against the Las Cruces High School Bulldogs, a little more than 5 minutes away. Tigers come into the matchup at 4-2. The Bulldogs are into tonight's matchup at 2-4 tonight. And a quick look of the Las Cruces High School schedule shows how difficult their first 4 games of the season were, playing 2 of the top teams in the state of New Mexico and 2 of the top teams in the city of El Paso. And coming up a bit short in those, but have played very well the last 2 weeks, including last week where they had to stay overnight unexpectedly. They were supposed to play on Friday night, and then on Saturday they ended up playing because of thunderstorms in the Hobbs area, and ended up winning that game 42-27 last week. They beat Mayfield 44-7 3 weeks ago. And previous to that, they opened up the season against Volcano Vista, lost a 24-7 game at home. Volcano Vista has been top 4 or 5 pretty much all season long. They would then lose on to Americas, 44-19 at home. They would lose on the road in El Paso to Eastwood, 55-28. Eastwood is sitting at 4-1 this season and 3-0 in district. Americas just beat Pebble Hills last week. And then Cleveland, of course, who is still the best 6A team in the state of New Mexico, the best team in the classification. They have beaten any of the top teams that have gone against them: Centennial, Las Cruces, Volcano Vista, La Cueva. The only ones they've lost to is a very, very good Artesia team on the road, and then a couple of teams out of West Texas that have beaten them this year in Friendship and Amarillo. So Cruces has played a very tough schedule. This was a team that you saw the potential last year, but there was something extra they needed to kind of get them over the top, and it may just be experience. We'll see tonight. The Tigers, we went into the season wondering how they were going to replace some positions, and I feel like defensively the Tigers have really gained some confidence in some spots that were a question mark into the season. Offensively, offense seems to be getting better, but I will say for Alamogordo, this team is probably, the Bulldogs are probably more on par with the teams that have beaten Alamogordo this season, that being Los Lunas and Riverside. I don't know. I was questioning that for a second. So Alamo nearly came back and beat Riverside. We would have loved to have seen what would have happened in the second half against Los Lunas, not saying that the Tigers would have won that game, the Alamogordo Tigers, but certainly would have been curious to see the Alamogordo Tigers, and how they played the second half, because they've been a very good second half team this year. That's one thing I think that stands out about Alamogordo is, they've been in pressure situations a lot this season. Last week against Carlsbad in the second half, they were behind. The Gadsden game, it felt like they were behind the whole game. I know it was 0-0, but it sort of felt like they were behind a lot of that game, and managed to get a big touchdown towards the end of it. And also, you throw in the Riverside game where they came back, didn't quite get all the way there, but really made a nice effort. I will say the Capital game, they controlled the second half of that one, so certainly we'll say that. But second half against Silver, they were down by 2 touchdowns in that game, came back and won it. So certainly for Alamogordo, they don't want to fall behind. They don't want to find themselves in a hole against a really good Las Cruces team tonight. But I think Alamogordo has found something in their ability to fight back from adversity, which there's something to be said about that with high school programs, because that's not an easy thing to make happen on a regular basis. So, all right, the Bulldogs are over on, they brought their inflatable with them, and so that's over on the far side as they get ready to run through that, and their coaching staff comes on the field. Bulldogs are going to be in their road white uniforms with blue numerals, and see if there's red outlining on those numerals. And it looks like it's just blue outlining on those. White helmets, blue pants, and lots of pink out there tonight as we are into October and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Tigers also with a lot of pink. The Alamogordo High School cheerleaders are wearing pink tonight. The two Tiger, as the Tigers take the field, the two Tiger mascots, Al and Mo, are out there in pink tonight as well. Not a ton of pink for the Tigers. Socks, a few other things, but Alamogordo's in all black tonight, white numerals, black helmets, black pants, white numerals outlined in gold, and look sharp this evening. And we see some of the youngsters running out through the Tiger Tunnel as well as they get to run onto the field with the Alamogordo Tigers to begin tonight's game. That's going to do it for the Otero Federal Credit Union pregame show. Let's fit in one more quick commercial break, and we'll get you to kickoff of tonight's matchup between the Alamogordo Tigers and the Las Cruces High School Bulldogs. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The Alamogordo Tigers will kick this one off. Aiden Vasquez will kick it off from the 40, and he will be kicking it towards the south end zone. That's left to right on your radio dial. Bulldogs going right to left. One of their returners is number 22, Daniel Amaro, and their second returner is number 3, it would appear, and that is Nate Libby. They stand back at the 10-yard line. So Aiden Vasquez will kick it off for the Tigers. And he will put his right leg into it. And it is high and short. And Libby will come on and take it at the 20, at the 25 up the far sideline. And he is finally brought down as he crosses about the 40-yard line. And that's where Las Cruces' offense will begin. We're going to see, I think, a couple quarterbacks tonight. Gunnar Guardiola is their talented sophomore quarterback. We saw him last year a decent amount as a freshman in that game that Alamogordo won in Las Cruces. And then you throw in Matthew Lashley, who played a majority of that game last year. It looks like Guardiola will start things. And the running back next to him will be Daniel Amaro. Two wide receivers at the bottom, one at the top. Tigers with 3 down linemen. Morale, Davidson in there. And I believe Lotta is the other defensive lineman to start things. Here's the handoff, and taking it off the left side and crossing the 45 is Amaro. He'll get out to the 48-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6. And 2nd down and 4 for Las Cruces. Ball closer to the far hash here. It's right on the Tiger logo, a couple yards shy of midfield. And 2nd and 4, they need the Alamogordo Tiger 48 for a first down. 2 wide receivers at the bottom, 2 to the top. And Amaro, the running back behind Guardiola here. He'll wait for the snap, takes it, and he will fake it, and he will throw to the near side, and it's complete on the screen. And still running with it, and a first down, and still not being brought down. Finally, crunched from behind is number 19, Francisco Winikoff, as he gets all the way down to the Tiger 28-yard line. And that'll be a 24-yard gain. And a first down for Las Cruces. First down of the game, but they're deep into Tiger territory here. 2 wide receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. They put a tight end in the set this time. Ball close to the near hash. Tigers with 3 down linemen. Man in motion from the near side of the far side, and they give it to the near motion man. Looked like that was maybe a block in the back, but getting around the corner and picking up another first down and taking it down inside the 10-yard line to the 8, as the Bulldogs will give it to Nate Libby this time. And Libby from the 28 to the 8. That'll be a 20-yard gain. I don't know if that's technically a pass there. It was kind of that push pass. But we'll call it a run. Look more like a jet sweep. It doesn't matter. It's a 20-yard gain. It's a first down for the Bulldogs. First and goal for Las Cruces. And Guardiola takes the snap, hands it off to Amaro, takes it off right side. And, again, big push here from Las Cruces. They are very big on that offensive line with some guys that are around 6'5" and 250 pounds plus. It's going to be a big challenge for Alamogordo tonight. Gain of about 4 on full carry for Amaro. Makes it 2nd down and goal from the 3. And they line up in a very bunch set here. No wide receivers. And it's a full house look. 2 fullbacks, 1 deep back. And Guardiola goes under center toss play. And they give it to Amaro, and he will go into the end zone almost untouched. And the Bulldogs go right down the field and score on the opening drive. Very impressive. 3 yards out as Amaro scores. And it took a matter of 2 minutes and 29 seconds for Las Cruces to get on the board. And a tough start for the Alamogordo Tigers. That was pretty easy for the Bulldogs. And it'll be number 17, Dallin Walter, to come on and try the extra point for Las Cruces. Snap down, kick is up, and that appears to be up and good. And the Bulldogs lead the Alamogordo Tigers 7-0 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. We'll take a break and come right back. 9:31 to go in quarter number 1. You're listening to Tiger Football.
It's never too early to win letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winner's Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winner's Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers! See you at the games!
You've worked hard. Who deserves a vacation more than you? Our credit union says nobody. Talk to us about a relaxing vacation loan. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. For a vacation so relaxing, even the loan is stress-free. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. On the Richardson Motors scoreboard, Las Cruces 7, Alamogordo nothing. Just a 5-play drive that took 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and the Bulldogs in the end zone. This kickoff is a line drive that's going to be picked up by DeAndre Martin at about the 15. He's at the 20, and he's just going to put his head down and cross the 25 and get to the 26-yard line. That's where the Tiger offense is going to have to start, and I'm not sure if it made it into our interview that aired in pregame, but in the long-form interview that I did with Coach Cisco, I said, this may be a game where you guys have got to score 30, 40 points. And he said, I hope our defense plays well or plays better than that. And it's one drive, but it may be a thing where Alamogordo is going to have to move the ball offensively to have a chance in this game. The Tiger defense has played well this year, but I will say that was an impressive drive for Las Cruces. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Elijah Montoya, the quarterback. Avion Valdez, the running back to start. Best goes in motion. They hand it off to Valdez, and Valdez is in trouble as he's going to get brought down in the backfield. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Bulldogs are big up front on the defensive side as well. When you see guys just lording over other players, number 52, Brendan Franco, 6'5", 295. Tigers just don't have that kind of size. It is a loss of 3 on the play. 2nd and 13. Montoya takes the snap, and they will hand it off again, and not much there again for Alamogordo, maybe a yard gain. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 12 for the Tigers. 2 receivers at the top and 1 at the bottom. And the running back to the left of Montoya. And Montoya will roll to his left. There's a blitz coming. He gets it away, and he does not complete it. It is in the area of the receiver, but is knocked away, and now Alamogordo is going to go 3 and out, looking for Jason Warren over at the numbers at about the 38-yard line. It would have, if he pulls it in, it would have been close, depending on where they would have called his progress forward, but it's an incompletion, so it is a moot point. And after giving up a quick 5-play drive for a touchdown, Alamogordo goes 3 and out. So not the scenario the Tigers had dreamed up to begin this game. And the snap, and Vasquez will punt it away. High and hanging punt, and looked like it got knocked down in the wind, but takes a really good Alamogordo roll. It bounced at about the 48-yard line on the Alamogordo side of the field. It stops at about the 40 on the Las Cruces side of the field, and ends up being about a 35-yard punt. And so we'll see if Alamogordo's defense has better luck this time against Las Cruces. It was nothing really fancy. It was a screen play to the outside, a jet sweep, and then pretty much just straight runs out of the backfield. So the size of Las Cruces and some of the other guys that I was talking about, number 70, Josh Quintero is a 6', 215 guy. Looks like he's their left guard. I think 55 is their left tackle. Here's a handoff. Amaro tripped up as he gets to the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Morale that got in there and made the stop, and it'll be a 1-yard loss on the carry, or 1-yard gain, I'm sorry. So nice play by the Tiger defensive lineman, Kamari and Morale, and it's 2nd and 9. Yeah, trying to look at who else is on that offensive line. 55, Christian Flores, 5', 250. No, he's bigger than 5 feet tall. He's like 6 feet, I would say. He's definitely not 5 foot tall. Somebody's messing with him on that. Bunch receivers to the bottom, no running back, and they will give it to Amaro on a little push pass, and Amaro running off the far side, and he is going to have the first down. So they essentially used it as a run play, but it's a forward pass. And a gain of 18 as they get down to the 42-yard line. And the Bulldogs have another first down. Third of the game for Las Cruces. They have the ball at the Alamogordo 42. Going right to left in this first quarter of play on the Richland Motor scoreboard, 6:50 remaining. Again, they'll send two wide receivers down to the bottom side, and Guardiola will roll out to his left looking to throw and going to throw back deep to the other side. He's got a man open, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown. They find number 3, Noah Libby. Man-to-man defense against Libby, and Guardiola absolutely whipped that out to his receiver for the touchdown. And the Tigers find themselves quickly but down by 2 scores here to begin this game as Libby picks up the touchdown reception. Guardiola 3 of 3. And another extra point try here for Dallin Walter. Well, it has kind of the feeling of the Los Lunas game here early. And the extra point is up. Appears to be good, and it is. On the Richland Motor scoreboard with 6:37 to go in quarter number 1, it's Las Cruces 14, Alamogordo nothing. And we'll return right after this. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers! When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Good run from Anthony Audette as he took it from just in front of the goal line and brings it out to about the 29-yard line, and that's where the Alamogordo Tiger offense will start. 6:30 remaining on the Richland Motor scoreboard in quarter number 1 as the Tigers are down 14-0 and desperately need something positive, not another 3 and out on this upcoming drive. Otherwise, this could get ugly really fast here with the way Las Cruces is moving the ball offensively. Tigers with Jason Warren out to the top, Gonzalez and Bryant, I believe, the receivers to the bottom. And the running back is Audette to the left of Montoya. And they'll run the speed option, and it'll be Montoya who will go straight ahead with it and still pushing. And now let's see if they blow the whistle. They will. Tigers will have flashbacks of last week with a lack of forward progress called, but they do call it, and they give him out to the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 for Elijah Montoya. 2nd and 5 now for Alamogordo. Ball on the, or closer to the far hash. Tigers going left to right. Good start to the drive for the Tigers. Audette stays in at running back. The 2 wide receivers go to the top side now and 1 to the bottom. And awaits the snap. Man in motion. And they'll give it to that man in motion, but the Bulldogs in the backfield quickly as they try to give it to DeAndre Martin. But the Bulldogs just on a straight rush up the gut. It's going to be a loss of 6. So they try to go side to side, but it was a jailbreak. Bulldogs were into the backfield quickly. And it'll be 3rd and 11 for Alamogordo. 2 wide receivers up to the top and 1 to the bottom. Montoya waits the snap. Trying a hard count, and I think we're going to see a false start as Gonzalez, I believe, the receiver here at the bottom, flinched before he took off, and that'll be our first penalty of the game. And it'll be a 5-yard variety on the Tigers. 5:05 remaining in the quarter. And the Tigers now face a 3rd and 16. It's been as good as it can go for Las Cruces and kind of as bad as it can go for Alamogordo. We'll see if they can make something happen here. And here's the snap, and back to pass. Montoya's got time. He pump fakes, and now he doesn't have time. Well, he got out of the first tackle and still running with it. Good effort there from Elijah. He's not going to get the first down, but he's going to get a gain of maybe 5 on the scramble. He was dead to rights there in the backfield, but managed to get out of it. And unfortunately, there's a Tiger player that is down behind the play. And can't tell who that is from here. I don't think it's one of the linemen. Yeah, we'll find out here in a second. It might be, actually. He's now sitting up in between the hashes at about the 23-yard line. And, yes, it is one of the Tiger offensive linemen. And it is number 60 for the Tigers. I believe that's Isaiah Venegas. It looks like he is going to pop up. The Tigers will be forced to punt again on a 4th and 11 from their own 29-yard line. 4:35 remaining here in this first quarter. Now, the Tiger defense has got to find a way to slow down what Las Cruces is doing offensively on this upcoming drive. Got to get the punt off first, obviously, as Vasquez stands at his own 17-yard line. Amaro, the returner, is back at nearly his 30-yard line. And here's a line drive kick, and this will be returnable for Amaro. He'll catch it just in front of the 40, and he will be met by a couple of Tigers and be brought down. So not much there on the return. It'll be a punt of 30 yards, a return of 2. Devin Barris gets in there for the tackle for Alamogordo. Well, let's see what the Tigers can find here. It's been in a couple different ways that Las Cruces has gotten to them. Guardiola's 3 of 3 for, what are we calling it here? 42, 24, about 75 yards passing. And they've ran the ball for about 50 yards early on. And so we'll see. I guess we have a penalty here on Las Cruces. Oh, Las Cruces got called for an unsportsmanlike conduct. Well, I missed that. I'm not sure what happened. So it's a 15-yard penalty on Las Cruces. And so that pushes them back to their own 27-yard line. I knew we were taking a little bit longer to get things started after the punt, but I didn't see the unsportsmanlike. And one of those sayings, it could get late early here for the Tigers. The Bulldogs were able to go down and score on their 3rd straight drive. 2 receivers at the top and 1 to the bottom. Running back is to the right of Guardiola, the quarterback. He will take the snap, and he'll hand it off. And the Tigers get in the backfield, but unable to bring down the running back. Still unable to bring the man down. I can't tell if that's Amaro. I think that's a different man that gets the carry this time, but he gets out to the 35. Just kind of patiently picked his way through the traffic. And that was Amaro again, so he gets the carry for a 9-yard gain. Tigers had some traffic that got into the backfield behind the line of scrimmage, but Amaro was not able to be wrapped up, and he just sort of floated his way for an extra 7-8 yards and gives him a 2nd down and 1. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Ball's on the near hash. Here is the handoff to Amaro. Amaro takes it off right side, and he is going to be brought down after a 1st down gain almost out to midfield. He'll get to the 49-yard line as he is going to take it for a 14-yard gain. And a 1st down for Las Cruces. The offensive line creating big holes for Las Cruces. He was through tackle and guard with nobody touching him until about 5 to 7 yards down the field. Pistol formation now for Las Cruces with 4 wide receivers as Guardiola takes the snap, And he fakes the handoff, throws out to the far side. Tigers get out there pretty quickly, but staying inbounds and fighting for first down yardage is the Las Cruces receiver on the far end. And coming away with the catch is number 19 for Las Cruces. That is Francisco Winikoff with his second catch of the night. And he'll pick up 9. Second down and 1. Morrow gets the ball, take off left side, and Mason Pittman comes in and makes a nice stop, but I think it's still going to be enough for a first down after a gain of 1 for the Bulldogs. In Tiger territory, down to the 41-yard line, they will move the chains again. I don't think Las Cruces has faced a third down yet. It's 2:15 remaining in quarter number 1, and Las Cruces up 14-0 and driving again into Tiger territory here with the ball just shy of the 40-yard line. They go right to left. One wide receiver to the top, trips to the bottom, and Amaro's the running back to the left of Guardiola. Takes the snap, and he will throw. Goes to the outside and completes, and it's Winikoff again. And not quite enough for a first down. Going to be a gain of about 6. The Tigers are playing off the receiver, so they're giving them those curl routes. And pretty easy pitch and catch there for the quarterback, Guardiola. As he takes it to the 33, does Winikoff. It's a 7-yard gain, his third catch of the night. And back to a 4-wide receiver set here for Cruces. They put a man in motion from the top side. They give it to Libby. Libby trying to turn the corner and slashing in and making a nice stop. Anthony Audette, that's going to be a loss. He'll be knocked down at the 37-yard line. That's a loss of 4. As the Tigers stretch that play out nicely, and the Tiger cornerback came in with speed and brought down the big 6'3" wide receiver. And this is the first third down that Las Cruces has faced tonight. 3rd and 7. They need the 30 for a first down. Ball now in the near hash at the Tiger 37. 2 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Lead back off to the right. Amaro to the left of Guardiola, and Guardiola will drop straight back to pass, looking for a screen play. They complete it, and the Bulldogs will have the first down. Completes it to that up man, the lead back, number 8, Rico Andrade. He takes it to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 9, and the Bulldogs move the chains. First catch of the night for Andrade. And you could tell when the defenders were in the backfield pretty quickly, you knew what it was. It was a screen, and the Bulldogs set it up well. 2 receivers to the top and 1 to the bottom, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Las Cruces 14, Alamogordo nothing on the Richardson Motors scoreboard. We'll come back with the Bulldogs 1st and 10 at the Alamogordo 28-yard line here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Bulldogs going to get a big run on first down. Ended up being just a big pile and continued to be pushed forward. The Tigers never got in there and were able to bring down Amaro, so A first down that was at the 28-yard line, and the Bulldogs will take it all the way down to the 7. It's a 21-yard gain. And to start the second quarter, the Bulldogs move the chains one more time. 60 yards rushing on 8 carries for Amaro. And it'll be first and goal from the 7 for Las Cruces. Again, go with that big full house setup. We'll see if they go with that inside toss. That's old school Las Cruces there if it is, and it is a toss play to the right. And Amaro is just going to go into the end zone untouched. As the Tigers unable to get some penetration against that big offensive front. And they were putting Kelly Stevens in at quarterback there for the toss play. And Las Cruces will now try the extra point to make it 21-0. Second touchdown of the night for Amaro, and it's 20-0. As we await the extra point try here from Walter. He puts it up, and it's good. Las Cruces 21, Alamogordo nothing. 11:13 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 101.9.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
Kickoff for the Bulldogs. The Tigers will let this one will not bounce into the end zone. They let it bounce at about the 1-yard line. And now it's going to be Anthony Audette trying to figure out what to do here. And instead it will be back inside the 10. He thought that one was going to roll into the end zone, and instead it stayed in play. And so the Tigers will start from deep inside their own territory, down 21-0. You know, at the end of the day, the Tigers are just going to have to get aggressive here and see if they can make something happen. I mean, you don't want to go away from what you do well, which I think Alamogordo is probably a better running team than a passing team, but I don't know if they're going to be able to run the football against this Las Cruces front, to be honest. We'll find out. Valdez is the running back next to Montoya. I like the speed option call. I think if you can at least make the Bulldog, anything that's kind of an option play, I think is a good idea for the Tigers. And here's a quick throw to the outside, and that is complete. I believe DeAndre Martin's going to make the grab. No, that is Michael Gonzalez who will pull it in for the Tigers as he reels it in out at the 13-yard line, a gain of 4 for the Tigers. And second down and 6. They started off the last drive well. Let's see if they can build the momentum. First completion of the night. Waiting the snap, and option toss to the outside to Valdez. Valdez will turn it upfield and fight hard for some yardage and get across the 15-yard line. And good positive yardage there for the Tigers, a gain of about 2 for Avion. And it'll be third down for Alamogordo. 3rd and 4. First time they've really had third and manageable in this game. One receiver to the top, 2 to the bottom. Valdez is to the left of Montoya. Bulldogs are going to jump off sides as looked like number 17, Dallin Walter, was getting ready to blitz and jumped a little bit early. And so the Tigers will certainly take that. Second penalty night on Las Cruces. 20 yards worth of penalties for them. And so the Tigers have their first down of the night. 1st and 10 from their own 20. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Running back is to the right of Montoya. It's Valdez. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Quick throw. It's complete. And looks like that's Gonzalez again. And Gonzalez makes the catch and fights forward for some good yardage. And it's a gain of 9 for Alamogordo. Second catch of the night for the Tiger junior. He plays bigger than, he's listed at 5'10". He plays bigger than his 5'10" frame, I got to say. 2nd and 1 for Alamogordo. Valdez remains in at running back for the Tigers. As Montoya will hand it off, give it to Valdez as he tries to take it off right side, and not going to make it happen. Yeah, I think those just kind of straight inside handoffs for the Tigers are not going to be the way to go tonight. Bulldogs just seem to get in the backfield far too fast. Got to get it to the outside between the tackles. There just isn't much there. So, I mean, with run plays, you can get it to the outside, maybe a toss sweep. You run that speed option, something along those lines. But those big fellas on that defensive line, it's been tough for the Tigers to get some positive sledding there. 3rd and 3. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And they'll hand it off, and straight up the middle is Audette, and he may have it. I think the far line judge has got him out at the 30, so it's going to be very close to a 1st down for Alamogordo. It is. It's a 1st down for the Tigers, a gain of 3. From up here, it didn't look like he got there, but I think maybe he reached out the football before he went down and was able to get the yardage. And so the Tigers have their second 1st down. 8:07 remaining in quarter number 1. Alamogordo down 21-0. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And Audette stays in it, running back to the right of Montoya. Ball is closer to the far hash. And Alamogordo's going to have to use a timeout. Looked like Montoya, I don't know if he was confused on the call or felt like they needed to talk things over. And that's not a bad timeout. We're already almost midway through this first quarter. This first half has gone by immensely fast. We haven't had many stoppages, and the Bulldogs have ran and passed the ball well and mostly kept it in bounds as the game has progressed. We'll go ahead and keep it right here on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. It's Las Cruces 21, Alamogordo nothing, 7:55 to go in quarter number 2. Tiger stats so far, probably the big one for Alamogordo is 3 first downs or 2 first downs on this drive, as Michael Gonzalez has picked up 2 catches. He's got 15 yards receiving, 10 yards rushing for Elijah Montoya, 3 yards rushing for Anthony Audette. This has been the most positive the Tigers' offense has been. They started this drive inside their own 10. They've got it out to the 30. Well, for Alamogordo, you would definitely take a long drive to maybe almost wrap up this quarter if you can score a touchdown and maybe get it to the second half. But long, long way to go here for the Tigers. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. As Montoya has Audette to his right. Bulldogs putting a bunch in the box here. Man in motion is Martin, coming from the near side of the far side. And the Tigers will throw. And looking for the screen, but having to pull it down is Montoya. And he's going to have to throw it away. Outside the pocket, there was a receiver in the area. Nope, they're going to throw a penalty flag instead. Well, here's the tough thing there for Elijah. There were offensive linemen down the field. So it would have been a case of ineligible man downfield as well. But he threw it in the ground. It did not get back to the line of scrimmage. I know that the intentional grounding rules are a little bit different in high school, but I think they actually changed it up this year. But you talk about a drive that's a drive killer, as the Tigers will get the ball back all the way to the 17-yard line. First or second and 23, because that's also loss of down. 2 receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. And Montoya fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Going to go deep up the near side. It's man on man, and that's got to be pass interference. It is. There was already another flag that was out from the near wide or the near line judge. That one was probably about 20 yards before the pass interference as he just tossed it up for Jason Warren. I'm not sure what that other one, maybe it would have been a defensive hold. Personal foul, hold on. It's not a personal foul. So hold on, do we have a personal foul and pass interference? Now, I think you can only accept one penalty anyway. So they'll mark off 15, which will get the Tigers back the majority of that penalty yardage. So I think there may have been pass interference earlier in that sequence, but it's 2nd down and 8 now, so that is a drive saver for Alamogordo if they can come up with a nice play here or two here. Bulldogs, again, just absolutely stuffing the box, and here comes the option toss from Montoya as he gets it out to Audette, and Anthony will take it forward to the 36-yard line as he picks up 4 on the rush. Now again, 3rd and manageable here for the Tigers, 3rd and 4. Under 7 minutes to go now in the second quarter. Las Cruces in control, 21-0, but this has easily been the best drive of the night for Alamogordo. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Valdez now running back to the left of Montoya. Bulldogs with 4 down linemen, not crowding the box quite as much on this play. Snaps a little bit low, but Montoya pulls it up. Now he's in trouble. He throws it, and now he didn't have anywhere to go. He was wanting to go to Martin over at the far side, or I'm sorry, Gonzalez. I think there was a miscommunication on what they wanted to happen there, because you could see Montoya talking with Gonzalez afterwards, but the time in the pocket was closing down quick, and Elijah was able to get rid of it. Vasquez will stand back behind his own 25. High snap, and it goes over his head. He'll get to it and tries to run with it and gets crunched. We do have a penalty flag back where there's going to be a face mask. So it's a face mask on the tackle, and it's a 5-yard variety. I guess the question is that from the end of the run, or is that from the previous spot? I think it's from the previous spot. Looks like the Tigers are going to be able to keep their drive alive here. Las Cruces sideline is not very happy with that call, but I mean, it was right in front of the head official there. If it was a face mask, I can't tell from up here. I'll tell you right now. And so Alamogordo gets a break here to keep their offense on the field. The Tigers get a free first down on a Las Cruces penalty and get to keep this drive alive with 6:24 remaining and a 1st and 10 now from the 41. Snap, handoff, and Valdez takes it off right side, but maybe only going to get a yard or two. Second down and 8 for the Tigers. Gonzalez, the receiver to the top. Martin and Warren, the receivers here to the bottom. Valdez will switch to the right side. Ball is at the 43-yard line on the far hash. Bulldogs with 4 minutes right at the line of scrimmage, and they'll hand it off to Valdez again, and Valdez able to bounce it to the outside, but a block got disengaged, and his man able to make the stop. Number 2, Xavier Udero, got loose from whoever was one of the Tiger wide receivers that was blocking on the outside. And Vasquez will be brought down. Looked like he may have been able to turn the corner, but Udero was able to shed his block, and it'll be a 3-yard gain. But I will say, once again, for the Tigers, getting it outside the tackles has been their best success. And they face a 3rd and about 5 or 6 here. Ball's now in the near hash as Montoya rolls out to his right looking to throw. And he will complete it to his receiver. Long way to go to get the first down. Fighting for the yardage is number 44, as that is that is Andrew Tejas who makes the catch. He had a touchdown reception last week. Gets it out to the 49. He caught that right at about the line of scrimmage and ends up being a gain of about 3. And the ball near midfield, Alamogordo at minimum is going to try to draw Las Cruces off sides here. Yep, hard count, 10 seconds left. And I think Alamogordo is going to take a timeout and at least talk this over. I think if you're the Tigers, you really need to go for it here. I mean, it's a 3-score game, and you got a gift on a face mask over on the far sideline on what was going to be a 1st and 10 for Las Cruces inside the Alamogordo 20 on a bad punt snap, and you get bailed out there. I think you at least have to try, because I feel like you're still in a positive from what it would have been. But we'll see. On the Richardson Motor scoreboard, 4:52 remaining here in quarter number 2. The Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show is coming up. We'll actually have some halftime scores to tell you guys about on this Friday night. Last Thursday, we didn't really have that. But we'll get it to you guys today. Tularosa's taking on Cobre tonight in their homecoming game. You got Mescalero Apache up at hosting Hot Springs in Mescalero Apache. So hopefully we'll have some scores for you on both of those games. And the Tiger offense is coming out onto the field. So we'll see if Alamogordo can find themselves 3 yards and get their offense into Las Cruces territory for the first time tonight. To get a first down, they'll have to do that. Audette is the running back. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top for the Tigers. As Montoya takes the snap, looking to throw. Steps up, and he will throw it short. We do have a penalty flag on the near side of the field. That was well away from where the play was. Let's see what it is. Maybe on Alamogordo, because it looks like the White Hats looking towards the Las Cruces sideline. Holding on Las Cruces. So again, the Bulldogs, a penalty on a 4th down will give the Tigers new life on this drive. A 10-yard penalty. And that is the 3rd time on this drive that a Las Cruces penalty has extended the drive. It was well away from the play. It was, I believe, either Martin or Warren that was getting held on the play. And it looked like the Las Cruces coach, one of the coaches, was out on the field to talk to the head official. And here comes a handoff. Audette, who pushes forward for maybe about 2. Now, the Tiger pass game hasn't been able to find much time to do anything in the last couple of tries. They were trying to feed it to Gonzalez, who was the single wide receiver to the top. But it's 2nd down and 8, and here's the handoff, and a little bit of dance in the backfield, and Audette's going to break through. Audette still running. Audette will get down inside the 10-yard line. And the Tigers with their first big play of the game, as down at the 7-yard line is Anthony Audette. It's a gain of 32, and the Tigers have a first and goal. So those penalties for Las Cruces certainly loom large on this drive, as Alamogordo has gone from deep inside their own 10, and on fourth down twice, the Tigers have picked up first downs due to Bulldogs penalties. Montoya fakes the handoff. He'll keep it. He goes straight ahead. Montoya fighting for the end zone. He will be just short. He'll get to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and the Tigers will have first and goal from just outside the goal line. 3:40 remaining. Tigers trying to get on the scoreboard and see some positive momentum before halftime. Bulldogs crowding right at the line of scrimmage. And here comes the push. And trying to reach across. No signal yet. Far side judge says yes, he did get across. And Elijah Montoya will get a 1-yard touchdown run, as he was getting kind of ragdolled around from both sides, getting pushed from behind, getting pushed from the other end from the Bulldogs. I don't envy quarterbacks that have to do that. Of course, it's become a big thing in pro football with especially the Eagles. What do they call it? The brotherly push? I can't. It's something else. Something sounds better than that. I can't remember, but Tigers thought they needed one extra on. They'll run off DeAndre Martin, and Aiden Vasquez will try the extra point. Kick up. Looks like it's good, and it is. The Tigers get on the board with 3:22 remaining in the first quarter, but they're going to have to get a stop on this Las Cruces offense, who's been able to go down the field in less time than that so far tonight. We'll see what happens. On the Register Motor scoreboard, it's the Bulldogs 21, the Tigers 7. We're back after this.
The Winner's Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winner's Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winner's Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Bulldogs return from inside their own 5 and bouncing it to the near side and breaking a tackle and still fighting is Libby. He's still on his feet, and he is still fighting for more yardage, but he'll be down at about the 40. Shook off a couple of tackles. Tigers are down 21-7. They desperately need a stop here and not let the Bulldogs go back up by 3 scores before halftime. Alamogordo will have the football to begin the second half. Need one of those turnovers, right? That's what the Tiger defense really, really needs here. It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line for Las Cruces. They've had really good starting field position tonight. Ball's on the near hash. They're going left to right. Tiger defense got a rest, though. The Alamogordo offense had the ball for probably about 15 minutes of actual time. It would end up being, I think, about 8 minutes of game time. 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Running back is to the left of Guardiola. Takes the snap, and he's back to pass. He's got time, still has time, throws down the center of the field, but overshoots Amaro, who is coming out of the backfield on one of those arrow routes. Started out to the left and then cut up the middle of the field. That's the first incompletion of the night for Guardiola. He was 6 of 6 prior to that. And so second down and 10. I think that's the first time on a first down the Bulldogs have not picked up positive yardage. It's been very impressive what this Bulldog offense has done so far. Tiger DBs are playing 7-8 yards off the receivers right now, and they will give it to Amaro, who tries to take it off right side. And the Tiger defense with some good pursuit, and will stop him after a medium gain. Gets out to the 45 for a gain of 4 for Amaro. 10 carries, 71 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns for Daniel Amaro tonight. But it is third down. Can the Alamogordo defense get off the field here on a third and about 6? They need to get to the Tigers' 49. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top, pistol formation. And we've got a timeout called by Las Cruces as they're going to talk it over. And they know that, I got to think they know that this is a pretty big moment as well. If Alamogordo can get off the field defensively, even if they aren't able to do anything with the ball here before the end of the half, which I think the Tigers have 1 timeout remaining. Probably a little too little time to do it, but just not letting the Bulldogs score, feeling something positive going into the halftime locker room. A lot of good things for the Tigers. Speaking of halftime, the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show is coming up for you guys here in, 2 minutes and 25 seconds worth of game time. Don't know how much of actual time that will end up being. This is a position the Tigers have been in before, and they've found a way to keep fighting. You look at the Riverside game, you look at the Silver game, even Gadsden. 2 receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. As Guardiola has his running back to the left. And he'll now look over to the sideline. Plenty of time on the play clock here. They'll move the running back to the right now. And Guardiola takes the snap. He will hand it off. Amaro, hesitation and runs, and he's got the first down as he will get across the 45 down to the 40-yard line. DeAndre Martin is slow to get up. And not sure what happened there with DeAndre, but that's certainly a big loss for Alamogordo if he's not able to get back out there, and he's still face down at about the 43-yard line, close to the numbers on the far sideline. It looked like he was trying to get up initially. Gain of 15, by the way, on the run there from Amaro. And still some concern on the field, and rest of the Tigers are headed back to the sideline. Bulldogs are doing the same as well. We'll take a break with 2:17 to go in quarter number 2. Las Cruces 21, Alamogordo 7. We have an injury timeout on the field, and we'll be back right after this.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers! It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nex International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Another really nice tax from Anthony Audette as he comes in on for 8, Rico Andrade. And it'll be a gain of about 2. They did stop the clock as he got out of bounds. By the way, DeAndre Martin was able to walk off on his own power, and he's still got his helmet on the sideline, so maybe just hopefully nothing too serious for DeAndre. 2 receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. Lead back off to the right. Running back is to the left with 6 on the play clock for Guardiola. Takes the snap, and he'll throw. Stands tall in the pocket, and he'll dish it off to Amaro on safety valve, but he was not able to reel it in. Amaro had nobody within about 10 yards of him and was not able to secure the ball, and it'll be a 3rd down and 8. So another opportunity here for the Alamogordo offense to get off. 2:04 remaining, and a 3rd and 8 from the Tigers' 38-yard line. This is about the down and distance that the Bulldogs were able to get the first down on their last possession, or last series, I should say. They'll send Libby, the receiver, out at the top. 2 receivers at the bottom. Again, lead back off to the right. Guardiola takes the snap, and he will look to throw. He is pressured in the backfield. Tigers got there, but it is going to be caught, and Andrade is going to work his way all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Wow. It was a pass underneath that was maybe about 3 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, but the Bulldogs picked good blocking up the field. And it's a 38-yard touchdown pass for Guardiola to Andrade. And the Tigers give up a big play on 3rd down. And the Bulldogs are able to get in the end zone before the half with 1:53 remaining. I think that changes the way the Tigers have got to attack things here to finish off the half. I mean, you don't want to turn the ball over, but I think you got to at least try to, as the extra point is up and good, you at least got to try something here, I think, to try to keep pace. But I can also understand not wanting to give the Bulldogs anything extra before the end of the half, so we'll see what the Tigers do. It is not typically in Alamogordo's game plan to be especially aggressive in a position like this when they're down 21 right before the half. At least in the past, it has not. So. Now, that was impressive blocking by guys up the field, and Tigers unable to shed those blocks and bring down Andrade on that long pass play. We'll see what the Tigers do here. Maybe get a nice return. That would be a positive for the Tigers. Going right to left. There was a forecast of maybe wind kicking up as out of the east tonight. We'll see if that ends up happening before we finish tonight's game. But so far this evening, it's pretty nice. I can feel a little bit more of a breeze coming into the press box window at the moment. 28-7 lost Cruces on the Richardson Motor scoreboard as they get ready to boot it deep again. This is a line drive kick, and coming on and, well, trying to get it on one hop. Ends up being kicked forward, and now it's a dog pile forward at about the 22-yard line. I think Alamogordo was able to get back on it. But as it was a line drive kick, kind of at the feet of the receiver. But the Tigers are going to get back on it at the 21. 1:47 remaining. I think maybe a screenplay, maybe a quick out to your receiver. I mean, it's one of those for the Tigers that I think you've got to play it from the standpoint of you need that extra touchdown before the half. But here's a handoff, and to the right side. It'll be a gain of maybe 2. I think that was Audette. Tigers not in any particular hurry here. And that's kind of what I figured was going to happen. Gain of 3, actually, on that carry. Two receivers the bottom, one to the top. And going to throw. Montoya pump fakes, and then he's going to go deep up the far sideline, and getting tripped up on the play is Michael Gonzalez, I believe, and that'll be a free first down for the Tigers. I got to say, if it weren't for penalties, this game would look a little, I mean, maybe not a lot different, but Las Cruces has definitely had their fair share of penalties. And, there's some that you could certainly argue, but, I mean, face mask, certainly the pass interference penalties that have happened tonight have been pretty clear. It hasn't felt like the Bulldogs have been, unfairly, picked on in this game. It's been, one-on-one situations where, an underthrown ball, that time they actually had it bracketed well. And where did they move the ball to there? Is that 15? Shouldn't that have been more yardage? All right. Tigers get the ball to 34. And handoff goes to the right side. It'll be Valdez who will pick up maybe two or three. There's 50 seconds remaining. For the Tigers, you still maybe kick up the tempo. They are going a little bit faster here. But I think the big thing, obviously, is to not let Las Cruces get it back. They've still got 2 timeouts remaining. 2 receivers to each side for the Tigers. And a speed option play, and the late toss goes to Valdez. Tigers have got some room here, and Valdez is going to be able to get out of bounds at about midfield. He's going to have the first down. That was well designed and well ran there by the Tigers. Gain of 12 as the Tigers move the chains again. It was about midfield. Clock is stopped with 26 seconds to go. And I think the Tigers, no running of the football here now for Alamogordo. It's got to be through the air. They either draw a penalty or something. Maybe if you can get a field goal here before the end of the half. 2 receivers deep side for the Tigers. Ball's in the near hash, running back to the left of Montoya. And Elijah straight back to pass. And he's looking to throw, still looking to throw. He will try to fit it in, and I think it's going to be caught by, I think that's Warren. No, that's Best who makes the catch. And it does stop the clock as he gets out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7.
Second and 4, 20 seconds on the board.
And so the Tigers will have second and about 3. 20 seconds to go. They can still throw to the middle of the field if field not to. And maybe give Aiden a chance at a long field goal try. And here's the snap and straight back to pass. Montoya. And he's going to throw it. And it is going to be tipped around and incomplete. A lot of pushing and fighting for the football down the field. No penalty called. Threw it into double coverage, and it'll be an incomplete pass, and there's 10 seconds left. Tiger fans were noticing a receiver going, streaking up the far sideline, but I don't think Elijah had the arm to throw from the near side all the way out to the far. But he's going to have to be quicker with the decision if the Tigers are going to get something, or I don't know if Elijah has the arm to get it all the way to the end zone here from about half midfield. Are the Tigers going to take a timeout? Yeah, they're going to lose that timeout. The one positive, obviously, is this the clock stopped with the chains moving. So if they can pick up a first down and have 2-3 seconds on the clock and run up quickly. But I think you're kind of at the point where unless you can get maybe a quick out to about the 30 or 25-yard line and get out of bounds, and it might just be tossing up the end zone and see if something crazy can happen. We shall see. We'll keep it right here. Again, the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime is coming. I think I said a while ago, it was like 2 minutes of game. And that was about 20 minutes ago. So we'll have a performance here at Tiger Stadium by the Alamogordo High School Marching Band. We'll be playing you our Tiger Athlete of the Week interview, which is DeAndre Martin. Good chatting with him a little bit earlier on this week. That is also up on our Alamo Sports YouTube channel, which you may be listening to the game on right now, possibly. So here we go. Ball at the Las Cruces 43. 3rd and 3, but that's really not the concern at this point, is 10 seconds left on the game clock. No timeouts remaining for Alamogordo. And it's like they've got the personnel that they want now. 5 wide receivers. We don't see the Tigers do this a whole lot. And Montoya straight back to pass, and he's got a man on him right away. Going to toss it deep up the near sideline. It's going to be short. And I think we're still going to have some time left on the clock, about 5 seconds. It was man on man, and Elijah kind of had to throw that across his body. There was a blitzer from the right tackle side, and he had to make a decision quickly. So at least gives Alamogordo one more play. This will be the last play of the half. And I think it's one of those where they need to be able to roll Elijah out and give him a little bit of extra time to throw the football here. And, of course, you don't want to do anything crazy, play, pitches and stuff like that. And certainly things can go wrong there. And things can still go wrong with a long pass play here. Tigers, they're going to have to take they got it off in time. They're going to throw it short to Warren. And Warren's still running with it, and Warren's still with it, but he is not going to be able to get much further. He's going to get to the 20-yard line, and it'll be a 23-yard completion, but that'll end the half. Tigers did make an effort there at the end of the half, but not quite enough there. And the Tigers find themselves down by 21 at halftime on the Register Motor scoreboard. It's Las Cruces 28, Alamogordo 7. You're listening to Tiger Football here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not so small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
It's never too early to lay away. Letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers!
See you at the games!
In business and in life, it's good to have a partner and a friend. The credit union partners with our members to build a stronger financial future. Your debit card and online banking keeps you in control of your finances. We belong to you, so you stay in control. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. If your home is in need of some stucco work, either the whole house or some patch and paint work, Ochoa Stucco has the expertise to get the job done and done right. Contact them today at 575-442-6745 for your estimate. Go Tigers!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium as we get ready for, we get ready for the second half. Coming up here in about 15 minutes, it's Las Cruces 28, Alamogordo 7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. This is the Otero Credit Union halftime show. Let's recap the scoring for you guys, and it, for the most part, has been all Las Cruces in this first half, as their offense has been very difficult to stop. The Bulldogs would get on the board very quickly, as they would put it in from 7 yards out. Oh, hold on. How about 3 yards out on the first touchdown, as they would make it 7-0 with 9:31 to go in the quarter. The Tigers would go 3 and out, and then the Bulldogs would go 42 yards to Nate Libby on a post route. Extra point was good. It was 14-0 with the 7 remaining in the first quarter. That would be your score at the end of one. Bulldogs would have the ball in Tiger territory to start the second quarter and wrap up a drive with a 7-yard touchdown run from Daniel Amaro. 21-0 Bulldogs with 11:13 to go in the second quarter. Tigers, though, would be able to work their way down the field and get a touchdown. They got some help with a couple of penalties, a couple of them on fourth down, to keep some drives alive. And eventually, Elijah Montoya would sneak it in from 1 yard out. The big play on that drive was a 20-plus yard run from Anthony Audette. However, the Bulldogs would answer right back in about 2 minutes. They would score on a 38-yard touchdown pass from Gunnar Guardiola to Rico Andrade. 28-7 your score with 150 second quarter, and that is your score as we sit at halftime. With the exception of the one drive, Alamogordo's offense had struggled in this game, was able to get some first downs on their third drive, but it was 2 3-and-outs. And on their fourth drive, they were able to pick up a first down on an offsides call. That was on third down. The punt that went over the head of Vasquez, it was a face mask, a 5-yard variety from the previous spot. That gave a first down. Then it was a holding penalty on a 4th and 4. That gave the Tigers first down, and then Alamogordo would get down the field and put it in the end zone. So Alamo was in a very similar spot against Riverside a couple weeks ago. I can't say it. Cruces, I say Rivers running it right down Alamogordo's throat in that game. I think Cruces much better passing team and much more well-rounded than Riverside was. So that's going to be obviously a tough one for the Tigers as we roll through the rest of the game. Let's get you Tiger stats. We'll add up the Cruces stats here in a little bit. Rushing, Anthony Audette with 5 carries for 44 yards. Elijah Montoya with 4 carries for 17 yards and a touchdown. 18 yards rushing on 8 carries for Avion Valdez. Receiving tonight, Michael Gonzalez, 2 catches for 15 yards. 1 catch for 23 yards for Jason Warren. That came right there at the end of the half. Nathaniel Best with a catch for 7 yards and a catch for 3 yards for Andrew Tejas. Ends up being 5 of 9 passing for 68 yards for Elijah Montoya here in the first half of play. So we'll add up some of the Cruces stats when we come back with some scores from around the state. You're listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Now you have a choice when it comes to keeping massive files of your bank statements every month. With an online e-statement, you'll have an accurate, easy-to-read electronic statement you can access anywhere, anytime. Get more control over your cash flow. And no more giant filing cabinets. Our e-statements get an A+. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. Welcome back. The Alamogordo Tigers are trailing here at halftime, 28-7 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard to the Las Cruces High School Bulldogs. The Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show. Let's get some Cruces stats. Daniel Amaro with 11 carries for 86 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Gunnar Guardiola is 7 of 9 passing for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Nate Libby's got one of those from 42 yards. The other one, a 38-yard touchdown pass to Rico Andrade. Andrade's got 3 catches for 40. I always love it when I can't read my own handwriting. 49 yards tonight. 3 catches for 40 yards for Francisco Winikoff as well. All right, let's get some scores from around the state of New Mexico. At least according to Max Preps and their most recent updates here. So we'll run through what they've got. Mescalero Apache's in front of Hot Springs, 18-12 at halftime. I thought they had a good chance to win that game. We'll obviously see what happens. They were leading in the second half last year against Hot Springs. We'll see if they can finish it off. Santa Rosa's cruising past McCurdy, 49-0. Clovis up on Santa Fe, 7-0. That was a first quarter score. Cobre leading Tularosa, 21-6. Impressive win for Cobre if they can get that. Cruces 21-0. Oh, never mind. I'm just reading off what I got here. Volcano Vista 32-6 over Cibola. St. Mike's is beating Robertson 7-0. That one's at the half. Escalante over Laguna Acoma 46-8. Farmington's leading West Mesa 14-0. Theroux up on Newcomb 14-0. Albuquerque High getting smashed by Los Lunas 42-0. Rio Grande over Valencia 27-0. Well, I'm kind of surprised by that. Good for Rio Grande. Sandia 7-6. They're in front of El Dorado. Rio Rancho looks like they're... No, they can't be up 50-0 in the first quarter. I don't know what's happening there. That doesn't seem right. Centennial's leading Hobbs 14-0. Jow's up on Loving 7-0. That's at half. And let me check in on NMOT Sports and see if they've got any more for us. Coming up here in a second on the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, we're going to hear from our Tiger Athlete of the Week, DeAndre Martin of Tiger Football. Let's see. Rio Rancho 10, Atrisco nothing at halftime. Yeah, you can't trust Max Preps. It's just not. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's not. I don't know, man. It just kind of depends on the day. Raton and West Las Vegas are tied at 13. And looks like that's about it in terms of scores that we didn't already have. Not a lot of updates on NMOT Sports tonight for some reason. Well, last night, by the way, we did have some finals. Mayfield beat Santa Teresa 53-0. Oh, they decided to make up that game. That's one that they had got called off due to weather. I didn't realize they were making that game up. Nimi beat Rodoso 55-14. Manal over Lordsburg 48-20. St. Pius 24-14 over Moriarty. Hatch beat Capitan 47-0. All right, we're going to check in with our Tiger Athlete of the Week, who's DeAndre Martin. We're going to hear from more of our sponsors, the Otero Federal Credit Union halftime show, getting ready to wrap up, and we'll begin the second half. Las Cruces leads Alamogordo 28-7 on the Alexa Motor scoreboard. Second half coming up.
Coming off a big district win over Carlsbad, Coach, certainly was an up and down game for both teams, but you guys found a way to get out of there with a win.
We did, man, and it's good to be 1-0 after that first district game and starting that second part of your season. And started with a win and kind of set yourself up where you control everything else out in district is a good feeling for us, which we haven't had here.
A lot of different guys had big games for you on the night. The guys I feel like we mentioned a lot with, Anthony and DeAndre. Somebody I thought really stepped up was Michael Gonzalez. We haven't talked about him a ton, but boy, he had some big plays for you.
He did. He bailed us out and made some big plays on our little smoke screens and ended up breaking tackles and extending drives and had a big catch. And, we don't throw the ball down the field a ton, but when we hit those screens and we can get positive yards, we're hard to defend because we've got to play sideline to sideline.
And Elijah, his name didn't show up a bunch in the stats, but him running that speed option in that game, boy, he made so many big plays and so many correct pitches to break big plays for you guys.
He does, and he's the leader of that entire group. He runs the show. He controls it. We talk a lot during practice about if he wants to check something, he gets to check it and move it to a different side based on what he sees. We're blessed to have him, and it's lucky to have a kid that's 4 years in the program, being a quarterback, a 2-year starter. He gets to understand those things, and he runs that show, and he's very good about taking care of the football this year, knock on wood. But running that speed option, we can put pressure on people, and he's not an elusive runner. He's not somebody that's going to break one for 60 and make house calls, but he can dang sure move the chains for us and force people to play a little differently against us.
Yeah, and having to guard, if it's Anthony or Avion on the outside, knowing that they've got to protect that makes it challenging for defenses.
It is, and that's something that we put in this year that we haven't ran. We've never had a kid, even with Elijah last year, we didn't have the confidence in him to run the speed option as well. And now going into senior year, we have a lot of faith in him taking care of the football, making the correct read, and he does a good job. When he gets a seam, he's going to go forward for 8 to 10 and make sure we're in a good situation or we're moving the sticks. And if we get the pitch, we pitch it, and we get it to our skill guys outside in space and let them run.
Well, we talked about it going into the Carlsbad game, that Carlsbad was much better than their record showed. Las Cruces, maybe they are much, much, much better than their record shows with the early schedule that they played against Cleveland and Eastwood and Volcano Vista and can't remember who the fourth was. Yeah, they're Americas. I always forget them, but we're talking about two of the best teams in El Paso and two of the best teams in the state of New Mexico, and I think maybe we're starting to see in the last two games what this group's capable of.
Yeah, this group's very talented, and this is a group with a lot of experience. They only graduated, I believe, 10 kids or so last year. And so these kids have a ton of experience. They did lose some playmakers. They lost a running back and a receiver that were very good for them. And the kid that came in and played quarterback against us was a freshman, and he's now a sophomore, and he can sling it, and he does a good job with that offense. And Coach Lopez and his staff do a good job offensively of formation, things, and they're very physical. They're huge. They're definitely not a 2-4 team of whatever their record is. They're a team that should be top 5, 6 in the state with the talent they have and how they execute. And they made a long trip to Hobbs, got lightninged out, had to stay the night unexpectedly, and then play a 10 o'clock game Saturday morning and came out and played really well against Hobbs and put it on them. We've got our hands full Friday night here.
For you guys, it's the same things we've been talking about, and I think, the frustrating thing for you guys offensively was not finishing off some of those drives off of turnovers last week. If you can get that cleaned up, this may be a game where you guys have to score 30 to 40 points to go out there and win this one.
Hopefully not.
I know you don't want to, but it has the feel of the kind of points that they've been putting up the last couple of weeks. You're definitely going to have to score.
We're going to have to play really well defensively, and they've got an explosive running back that's a sophomore. They got a receiver that's a sophomore. That's a stud that I think caught 2 touchdowns last week. Guardiola does a good job. Their old quarterback from last year now starts at safety, and they'll put him in there at quarterback and let him run, named Lashley. They're very talented offensively, so we're going to have our hands full defensively. We got to be able to line up correctly to all the different formations they're going to give us, and then just play and keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, and hopefully things go our way defensively. We can create some plays. Offensively, they're going to play straight man, and we got to be able to throw the ball, and we got to be able to run the ball. We've done some things this week to kind of take advantage of some things they do defensively, but we've got to be able to sustain drives, and we can't let their big bodies wear on us for 4 quarters, or we're going to have a hard time stopping them late in the game.
Well, and I feel like the offense is starting to gain more and more confidence in the last 3 or 4 games. Is that a fair thing to say that you're seeing there?
We are. I mean, and it's the same confidence that we've had when we started the year. I mean, we're just executing at a higher level in advance and being able to move the chains. And we're not going to hit huge plays all the time, but we've got to be able to sustain drives. And the big part is what we've talked about a lot is when we get inside the red zone is we got to be able to put points on the board and score touchdowns and at least kick field goals and continue those things. And we left probably 3 touchdowns on the field last week when we didn't score, and that game might be a different score if we can do those things. And going down into the districts now, and we can't have those situations come up because we're playing quality teams the rest of the year out, that if those things happen to us, it can bite us in the butt.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the games!
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers! It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Welcome back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. I think I played the wrong interview there at halftime. I apologize. You can hear DeAndre's interview up on our Alamo Sports YouTube channel. Tigers have already run a play, and a quick throw from Elijah Montoya out to Gonzalez, unable to reel it in at about the 40-yard line. It's a 2-yard gain for Avion Valdez, and the Tigers are going to face a 3rd down and 8. The return was Anthony Audette all the way to the 31-yard line of the Tigers to get the second half underway. 28-7, Las Cruces leads Alamogordo on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 2 receivers at the top, 1 to the bottom. And Valdez remains the running back. Pump fake and then a throw up the field. And Martin is going to grab it. It was one-on-one, and DeAndre is able to make the catch across the 45 as the DBs for Las Cruces were playing deep and were behind the play. It was pretty easy there for DeAndre. He's kind of boxed out his man, and he'll make the catch to the 43 of Las Cruces. Make that a 24-yard completion. And the Tigers ready to go again. Valdez straight up the middle on the carry. And he'll pick up, looks like 2. DeAndre's first catch of the night. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Alamogordo, but a crucial third down to open up things here in the second half. Two receivers the bottom, one at the top. Warren is the man by himself up to the top side. They'll switch Audette to the right and give it to Anthony. And Anthony with some nice shimmy shakes in the backfield, and he's going to fight for maybe first down yardage. They're going to stop the clock. Let's see where they mark it at. It's a gain of 8 if he's able to pick up the first down. And no official word yet. It looks like maybe just short. So just short. It'll be third down and very short. As the Tigers will try to pick up the first down. Montoya give it off to Audette, and Audette straight ahead. Looks like he should have it pretty easily. He'll get a gain of 1. And the Tigers will move the chains for the second time on this drive. Going left to right, that wind is definitely picking up out of the east, so it's coming across the field directly at us. So a pretty strong left to right wind if you're kicking at any point, or throwing for that matter tonight. Two receivers to the bottom, one to the top, or at least left to right now if you're Alamogordo. And here's a quick throw, and that one's going to be complete, but the Bulldogs were all over it as Gonzalez does catch it, but he's going to lose 2 yards. And the ball was spotted, but the wind blew it away from there. And now we're ready to go. 2nd and 12 for Alamogordo. Two receivers the bottom, one at the top. Here's the snap, fake of the handoff. And a throw, and kind of a sidearm throw that's going to be off the mark, looking for, I think, Jason Warren over towards the far sideline. He was in the area. He had a chance at it, but the throw a bit off the mark. It was a safe throw, though, one that wouldn't have let the DB for Las Cruces. And I got to say, the kicking game is going to be in a little bit of trouble here. I think this game goes on. I wouldn't trust trying to kick anything. But for Alamogordo, to me, it's 4-down territory. So try to pick up 7 or 8 here and give yourself a 4th and manageable. And, yeah, they'll try the speed option, and that's a good call. They give it to Montoya, who is across the 30, and they'll continue pushing him. And obviously, for Alamogordo, you're just hoping the ball doesn't come squirting up there to the 24, so that's a good gain on third down. They'll get 10. And the Tigers will face a 4th down and really manageable here, 4th and about 2. Looks like one of the Tiger offensive linemen is going to come out a little bit worse for wear. That's number 76 for Alamogordo coming off the field, Diego Garcia. And the Tigers with 11 on the play clock. Figure out what they're going to do on 4th down. And I think a timeout's a good call here if you're Alamogordo. No, Las Cruces called a timeout. Wow, I think that kind of bailed out Alamogordo a little bit. Maybe they didn't have the right personnel on the field. All right, we'll take a break, too. We are sitting at 8:10 to go in the third quarter. Las Cruces 28, Alamogordo 7, opening drive of the second half for Alamogordo. And looking at a 4th down and 2 when we return here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
If you and your family are looking for a new home, you don't have to look far for a home mortgage. As a community bank, we not only have great rates, we offer you friendly financial service right here in the neighborhood. There are a lot of options in real estate lending. We're here to see that you get a loan you can live with. Talk to us about your home mortgage. We're an equal housing lender. First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Fourth and 2 for the Tigers. Hard count. And we'll look to the sideline. Still 15 left on the play clock. Two receivers at the top, one at the bottom. Bulldogs have 7 in the box. Moving up to safety. So basically 0 coverage here. And they'll hand it off, and the Tigers are not going to get it. Try to take it off right side to Audette. Tigers have been able to get that short yardage on the ground a couple times in this game. And with the Bulldogs kind of crowding the box there, a little surprised that Alamogordo decided to go on the ground, but felt like that was their best chance. But the Bulldogs get the turnover on downs, and well, unfortunately, I'm starting to see some Tiger fans heading towards the exit, which is kind of a bummer. We'll see if the Tiger defense can come up with a stop. They have not forced a punt tonight from this Las Cruces offense. Guardiola will hand it off, and coming off the right side of Morrow. He's got lots of running room. Amaro still chugging forward as he gets across the 40 out to the 45. One Tiger player a little slow of getting up. Looked like that was Efrain Hernandez. But a first down for Las Cruces as they take it all the way to the 45-yard line. That's a 20-yard gain on the carry for Amaro. Now 106 yards rushing for the Bulldogs running back. First and 10 for Las Cruces at their own 45-yard line. Ball's in the far hash. The snap, and Amaro will get it again. Takes it off right tackle, and again, that big offensive line just continues to push and make plenty of room as it'll be a gain of about 8. And it'll be a second down and 2. I mean, that's really been the difference. There's nobody from that Tiger front that's getting back there and making any type of inroads on that offensive line for Las Cruces, who are very big. And we knew that was going to be a tough task for the Tigers' defensive line and linebackers tonight. But for the most part, it's been very impressive what the Bulldogs' offensive line has done tonight. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Ball's in the far hash. They'll switch the lead back off to the right, and it'll be just a straight quarterback run here for Guardiola. Guardiola going up the far sideline will be pushed out, but after he picks up a first down. And they're just really able to seal the edge and give big running lanes for whoever is carrying the ball, as the first down will be taken all the way to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and Las Cruces moves the chains. First run of the night for Guardiola. First and 10 now from the Alamogordo 36, going right to left is Las Cruces. Clock stopped with 6:05 remaining in this third quarter. The Bulldogs up by 21. 2 receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. Tigers with 4 men right at the line of scrimmage, and handoff goes to Amaro, again off right side, and again he gets a big head of steam, and he is going to race into the end zone. Really showed off his speed on that, but it was 5-6 yards before there was a Tiger that was really even going to have a chance, and he just had a straight lane up the far side, and it's a 36-yard touchdown run. And Alamogordo just has not had the answer for this Las Cruces offense tonight. And unfortunately, offensively, they just haven't been able to go at the same pace that Las Cruces has. And I would also say, unfortunately, my guesstimation going into this game, I think we're going to see a false start on Las Cruces. I think. Maybe one of the Tigers came across the line of scrimmage first. It is a false start on the Bulldogs. So we'll push the back 5 yards. And we'll try it again. But it is 34-7 Las Cruces, 5:56 remaining. And we'll see what the Tigers can do over the final 17 minutes or so of this game. The extra point is up and good from 5 yards further back, and Las Cruces is in front 35-7. 5:56 remaining here in quarter number 3 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, as the Bulldogs push it out to a 4-score lead for the first time tonight. And we'll come back right after this. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
It's never too early to lay away. Letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. The kickoff this time will be a touchback. Alamogordo will start at the 20-yard line to begin their second drive of this third quarter as the Bulldogs feeling a bit more confident now. We thought maybe if Alamogordo could go down the field to start the second half, who knows? It's a two-score game. Tiger defense can find something positive as the quarter goes along, but unfortunately for the Tigers, that is not the reality as the Bulldogs up by 28 now. And I think for Alamogordo now, it's just how they finish this game. How, finish strong, try and continue fighting. Similar to the Riverside game, if they can keep working this and see if they can get some positive things to build on towards next week. As Martin goes in motion from the near side to the far side. And here comes the handoff as they give it to Valdez, and Valdez is going to be swung down in the backfield. It'll be forward progress on a 2-yard loss. He was eventually brought down all the way back at the 10. We'll say that running game has not been, at least trying to run inside the tackles, has not been there tonight for the Tigers. Been a couple of times, a couple of runs, but for the most part, it's been difficult. But it's what the Tigers do. I mean, this is their offense. And the passing game has seen some positives tonight, but we'll see what we get here. Pass play here and a long pass up the far side, and it is. And let's see, two Las Cruces players run into each other and break up what would have probably been an interception. Double coverage. Safety was coming over the top, and you had the corner that was defending, I think, DeAndre Martin on that play up the far sideline, and they converged at the exact same time and knocked the ball loose, and it'll be an incomplete pass. Elijah was able to fit it in that window. That would have been impressive. And back to pass. Quick throw is completed to Warren. He makes the catch, and I think he's going to have the first down. Jason's going to fight all the way to the 32, as he'll complete it for a 14-yard completion, and the Tigers will move the chains on third down. Good throw there from Elijah. Second catch of the night. Two receivers at the top, one at the bottom, and here is a handoff, and looks like it's Audette who will carry it forward across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 4 for Anthony. 8th carry of the night for 57 yards. 2 catches for 37 yards for Jason Warren tonight. Second and about 6, Tigers at their own 36-yard line. Again, another handoff. Audette, hesitation, runs, and he is off to the races again. We'll see if anybody can catch him. Audette is gone. Tiger touchdown as that goes for 64 yards. And that's why you keep running the football if you're Alamogordo. As Anthony Audette picks up his first score of the evening. Bulldogs were playing zero coverage. They had no safeties back deep, which for the most part tonight has worked pretty well for them. But the Tigers were able to break through and get a long touchdown run and Alamogordo has cut it to a 35-13 game with 4:08 remaining in the third quarter. So maybe not done yet, but once again, what I was talking about, Alamogordo and how they finished this game. And this group all season has not shown any quit. The Vasquez extra point is up and good, and the Tigers have made it a 35-14 game on the Richardson Motor scoreboard off of a 64-yard touchdown run from Anthony Audette. We'll take a break and come right back. You're listening to Tiger Football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
You've worked hard. Who deserves a vacation more than you? Our credit union says nobody. Talk to us about a relaxing vacation loan. We're member-owned and not-for-profit. For a vacation so relaxing, even the loan is stress-free. Loco Credit Union. We belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. Custom work is what Ochoa Stucco does best. Whether you need an estimate for your home or business, you won't find better quality work anywhere. Contact Ochoa Stucco today. Like them on Facebook, 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019. A dribbling kick that will be picked up about the 15, and Libby, I believe, still running with the football and is eventually brought down as he crosses about the 40. It's been kind of about the average drive start for Las Cruces around the 40. Las Cruces leads on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, 35-14. And I talked about finishing strong. I think for the Alamogordo Tiger defense is a sense of pride. Is going out there and getting a stop, which they have not been able to do tonight. And can they make it happen? Bulldogs going to line up in that inside toss set, and they give it to Amaro. And Amaro is going to be hit, and he's still fighting for more yardage. He's at the 50. And now they're going to finally blow the play dead after a gain of 9 for the Bulldog running back. So what they do is they've got the quarterback and then 2 fullbacks right behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like there's an Alamogordo player that was a little bit slow to get up. And I think it was Efrain. Was it Efrain Hernandez? And I think both of the Alamogordo athletic trainers, Misa Tran and David Maldonado, maybe saw. Yeah, Efrain's kind of, it looks like he's a little woozy, so they wanted to make sure he's coming off the field in that spot. And that's, I love that. I think that's one of those things that you need somebody watching from the outside to, you know, say that somebody needs to. I think they're trying to, okay, they're resetting at the 40. Play clock. I was noticing the official was trying to get the press box attention. Bulldogs are going big here. They're just going to line up and try to mash the football here against this Tiger defense. See if Alamogordo can make something happen. Toss play again, Amaro. And Amaro will come up the left side and get past one tackle and just get tripped up on the very last man to make the stop. I think that was DeAndre Martin who saved the touchdown. But, I mean, there's a perfect example of what Las Cruces has been able to do most of the night is put 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. There's no wide receivers, and just run it right at you. And that's what they've done tonight. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm not sure what you can do to stop that if you're Alamogordo. You don't have the size to match up, but. Toss play to the right now as they give it again to Amaro. And this time the Tigers will get him stopped pretty nicely. A couple of guys, DeAndre Martin in on the stop. Look like, number 20, no, number 12. Nathaniel Best was the other man that was in there on the stop for Alamogordo. But the other thing I will say is, now they're changing quarterbacks again. They bring out Kelly Stevens and put back in Gunnar Guardiola. But my thought is now's the time you're going to go to the air out of that setup and try to catch the Tigers. But now they go back to a 3-wide receiver look. Amaro stays in there, and it's a fake of the handoff. Guardiola will keep it. He'll take it off left side, and he will get tripped up, and it was pursuit there from Dylan Hergenrader, and then eventually was cleaned up by Anthony Audette at about the 14-yard line. Picks up about 15. And it's another first down for Las Cruces. And yeah, so far for Alamogordo, just have not been able to find. And they'll go back to this big set again. So they'll put Stevens back in at quarterback. 2 fullbacks. And you just wonder if there's going to be a tight end that's going to leak out here or something. Yeah, they do the toss back to the running back again, Amaro, who's going to be tripped up. But, I mean, that is most definitely one of those great things to have. Amaro looks like he's a little slow to get up after that, and he is on his feet. Took it all the way down to the 2-yard line, gain of 13. I got to say, I think if you're Las Cruces, you maybe at least think about subbing him out at this point. He's ran the ball 17 times. He's almost got 200 yards rushing. And you're up by 21. But this has just been we're going to run it right at you, run some clock. Bulldogs are going to have to use a timeout, it looks like. And the Bulldogs were not very quick to get back up to the line of scrimmage. I think part of that was Amaro was coming off the field. And so it'll be a first down and goal from the 2-yard line for the Bulldogs. On this next play, I gotta say, watching this Las Cruces team, the thing that it makes me wonder is, I haven't had a chance to watch teams like Cleveland and Volcano Vista yet this year, and it might be that this Las Cruces team is starting to gain some momentum, but it also could be that some of those teams have the size to match up with the Bulldogs, but they can. I feel like they can do a little bit of both. They run the ball well, and Guardiola is he's just a sophomore. He's going to be he's already very good. He's going to be really, really good. Just one wide receiver here for the Bulldogs. Stevens is going to take it, and that was way too easy. They just seal off the end and get into the end zone. Untouched. And that's been a lot around the goal line. Tigers just have not been able to get any penetration on that offensive line of Las Cruces. 2-yard run for Kelly Stevens. And Las Cruces now in front 41-14 pending the extra point. Clock, by the way, stopped with 1:13 remaining on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And another extra point try here from Dallin Walter. Kick is up, and it's good. Las Cruces leads 42-14 with 1:13 remaining here in the third quarter on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Tiger offense will get another try when we come back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
Alamogordo will get the return for the Tigers this time, and he takes it all the way to the 28-yard line. And Las Cruces leads 42-14 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. And the Tiger offense will come back out on the field. And it's one of those situations just trying to work on some stuff, do some positive things, and see if you can build on some confidence heading into next week. Two receivers at the top, one at the bottom. And Valdez will line up to the right of Montoya, and Valdez will get it. Tigers seal off the right side. Well, Valdez is going to cross the 40 and get taken down to the ground by number 32 for Las Cruces, Isaac Gomez, but not before he's got a first down all the way to the 43. But we've also got an Alamogordo Tiger player that is down. A 15-yard gain on the first down for Avion. 35 yards rushing on 12 carries. And trying to tell who the player for Alamogordo that's down. Looks like number 62 for the Tigers that is down. Is that Gaskill? No, that's Austin Flores. And so he is on the ground at the moment. And they are like stretching out his legs, so maybe it's a cramping thing. That certainly looks like what it is. Not a particularly warm night, so kind of surprised on cramping, but yeah, that certainly looks like what's happening. And so he's up on his feet and coming off the field with the help of David Maldonado and Misa Tran. And so 1st and 10 for Alamogordo at the 43-yard line, their own 43, going left to right with 53 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And I think we will roll the game clock here. And it'll be two receivers at the bottom, one at the top. Waiting for the snap, taking the handoff, and Montoya will keep it himself. And Elijah puts the shoulder down and will pick up the first down. Looks like Las Cruces has kept their ones defensively on there, so this is pretty good for the Tigers. Probably been one of the more impressive drives for Alamogordo to start things. I was kind of looking up front. They've still got big number 52 in there. Brennan Franco, 6'5", 295, and just kind of skies over everybody on the field. Two receivers to the bottom, one to the top, and the handoff will go to Hergenrader. I've seen him carry the ball a ton this year, and it's going to be a gain of, looks like nothing on his first rush of the night. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. The Tigers, after 3 on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, trail the Las Cruces Bulldogs 42-14. We'll come right back with more Tiger football on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230, 1019.
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nex International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Sometimes you just need a loan. Your daughter Debbie is getting married. Your son Toby needs a new tuba. Let's face it, families cost money. Things come up that you had no way of predicting. We make personal loans for occasions like this to people who have good credit. So next time you find yourself connected to the unexpected, stop in and see us about a personal loan, subject to credit approval.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
on the read option, Elijah Montoya is going to get the carry and carry it forward for about 5 yards to the Las Cruces 40-yard line. 7 carries and 47 yards for Montoya tonight. 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. And again, the handoff. Hergenrader, he's got the first down. Hold on to that football, Dylan. He does. And a nice little blast right up the middle for the Tigers. And that's going to be out to the 28-yard line. And that's a gain of 12 for Dylan. As the Tiger running game is really seeing its first continuous. They've had some big run plays. Obviously, the big run by Audette. And ball's on the ground, so the snap never even got back to Elijah Montoya. I will say that's something we've seen very much of this year is bad snaps. Isaiah Gaskell's done a really good job under center for the Tigers all season long. Second and 13. 2 receivers at the bottom and 1 at the top. And they will hand it off and give it to Audette. And Audette will carry it across the 25 and get down to the 23-yard line. And Anthony, it looks like he is having issues with cramps as well. Gain of 9 on the carry. 130 yards rushing tonight for Anthony on just 10 carries. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised the cramping is gone. I mean, again, it's not a particularly warm night. It's not a particularly humid night. I'm a little surprised that the cramping is an issue this evening, but I would also say, I mean, Anthony's played a lot of snaps tonight. Both sides of the ball. He's been very good defensively tonight. He's made probably 4 or 5 of the best tackles for the Tiger defense this evening. On some of the few occasions Alamogordo has been able to slow down the Las Cruces offense. A lot of it's been Anthony making some good plays. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Valdez now running back to the left on a 3rd and about 6. Here's the snap. Speed option to the left. And Montoya keeps it, spins off of 1 tackle, crosses the 20. And he may have the first down. Yep, he will have it. Gets down to the 18-yard line, picks up 7. And the Tigers will move the chains again on this drive. Well, been a nice drive here for the Tigers. Again, a positive for Alamogordo that they've gone right down the field. The negative, obviously, is that time on the clock is rolling down and down by 28. And I think Alamogordo realizes that. It's just trying to build positives. You got to get some points here, and I don't know if you start thinking. I would start thinking about going onside kick. I mean, why not? The short field, I don't think is really going to make that big of a difference for Cruces, and just hope maybe that something happens. Hand off to Valdez here, as he's going to go forward for about 2 yards off of left tackle. Ball was on the near hash, and now Avion is coming up a little limpy, as he is holding his. Okay, it looks like it's cramps as well for him. Well, there's going to be guys are going to be walking around with full gallons of water next week. Throw to the end zone, and it looks like it's going to be knocked away. Pretty good throw there from Elijah. Jason Warren was battling for it with the DB for Cruces, number 27, Cash Alley. Is that 27? Let's double check that again. He's listed as a defensive end on here. No, that would be 87? We don't see 87 very often as a DB. Cohen Morales. Yeah, that's different. you don't see a lot of 87 defensive backs, but awaiting the snap. He's obviously a wide receiver as well. Back to pass on 3rd down. Going to throw out to the far side. He's got a man, and DeAndre Martin. Did he secure it? He did. Touchdown, Tigers. It's an 18-yard touchdown pass from Elijah Montoya to DeAndre Martin. His 2nd catch of the night. This one for 6. And the Tigers get back on the board. Heck of a pass there from Elijah. And DeAndre gets into the end zone and makes it 42-20 with 8:44 remaining in the game. I think the Tigers need one more, and they are getting that one more on to try the extra point. As Vasquez will get the snap, and it's put down by Best, and it's good. Vasquez 3 of 3 on extra points tonight, and Alamogordo's made it 42-21 with 8:44 remaining in the game. We will return as the Tigers will kick it off or maybe try it onside. We'll see what happens when we come back.
Slow internet again? Signal constantly dropping? Don't take it out on your computer. Instead, call Tularosa Communications for internet stress relief. They have the speed and the reliability to make your internet dreams come true. If you want fast, they have faster. If you want service you can rely on, they are the most reliable. And customer service? It's all about you. Call Tularosa Communications to get connected. 585-2700.
The Winter Circle has been outfitting champions for over 50 years in Otero County. Established in 1970 by our Gigi and Big John.
Let's show our school spirit. Whether you're a Tiger, Wildcat, Bear, or Chief, we can make t-shirts, sweatshirts, polos, and hats. And we do custom embroidery too. The Winter Circle does it all. Custom orders available for businesses, squadrons, and organizations like hats, polos, name tags, also trophies and awards.
Winter Circle, 1201 10th Street. Go Tiger! See you at the game!
Tigers are going to try an onside kick here. Vasquez, no, he's actually going to boot it deep, and it'll bounce once and then be picked up. And bouncing out to the far side and got a lane up the far side. Vasquez is going to chop down the runner, Devin Alba, who was the only man back deep for Las Cruces. Now the Tigers fake like they were going to go onside kick. Instead, they pooch kicked it deep. And, yeah, it's one of those that I think I would have just gone with the onside kick because you look at where the field position's at. It's on the Alamogordo side of the field. Why not? But Tigers decided to go deep with it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe hoping to pooch it in an area a little bit. Maybe the plan was to have it a little bit further away from the up man or the one man back deep, to where that would have been a difficult play for him. Stevens is going to have it. They're going to line up big again. Stevens stretches out the play, and he is going to be hit hard by Rusty Davidson coming across at the 40, but not before a 7-yard gain for Stevens. Third carry of the night for Stevens. He's already got a touchdown run tonight. I'm sorry, second carry of the night for him. Bulldogs again lining up with no wide receivers and new running back in there. I think they've probably given Amaro the rest of the night off as they put in number 20, Devin Alba. I think that's actually not Alba. I think that's 30. But he's going to take it off left side and fighting for some yardage, and I believe that is Angel Jimenez actually on the carry. But it looks like he's got the first down, gets out to the 35-yard line, and a gain of 5. So first down, Las Cruces, as the clock continues to roll with 7:35 remaining. And I'll say again for the Tiger defense, getting a stop here before the end of the game, and I know that the Bulldogs have taken out some of their guys, but they've brought Guardiola back on. I think Amaro is maybe the only guy that has got the rest even off. They hand it off to Alba, and he takes it off left side. Not much there. You do have a penalty flag that comes in late from the umpire. No gain on the play. They stop it right at the 35. And we'll see what the call is going to be. We haven't seen many offensive penalties on Las Cruces. It's pretty much all been on the defense. holding Las Cruces, so it's a 10-yard penalty on the Bulldogs. I think the Cruces bench thought that maybe there was a chop on Alamogordo, or it looked like the Cruces coach was he was motioning down at his shins. Now I guess we're questioning, do we want the 10-yard penalty? Yeah, if you're Alamogordo, you take the 10 yards. You haven't had Las Cruces behind the sticks all night long. Well, maybe they're going to take the down. I don't know. Okay, now they're marking it off. It's been a relatively penalty-free second half after a first half, especially that one drive where Cruces had 3 different penalties that kept Alamogordo's offense on the field. And so it'll be first and 20. So first and 20 for Las Cruces. Clock does stop with 6:53 remaining. And they'll stay in the shotgun here with 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. Lead back off left. Watch for the screen here. Now they just have Guardiola run off left side. And Guardiola up the far sideline is going to get all the penalty yardage back, plus a little bit more. They'll say that he did not get out of bounds in the play, so they'll roll the clock. And he is going to be marked down at the 31-yard line, so 32. Ends up picking up the 10 penalty yardage back and add 3 onto that, so a 13-yard rush for Guardiola. Second and 7 from the Alamogordo 32. I don't think we're going to see a lot of passing here. I got to imagine it's going to be mainly just run the football. Move the lead back from the left to the right, then back to the left. And Guardiola again will just keep it and run. And Guardiola tripped up, but looks like he will fall forward very close to the first down marker. And let's wait and see where it's marked at. Is he going to be just short? No, it looks like they're moving the chains. So it's a gain of 7 and a first down. And Las Cruces will have a first and 10 now at the Alamogordo 25 as we get ready to roll under 5 minutes to go. I will say the majority of the crowd has stayed. I noticed some people starting to head towards the exits in the third quarter, but most everybody else has stuck around tonight. For most of the second half, most of what Cruces has done, there hasn't been much fancy. It's just been running right at the Tigers. Albo will get the handoff, take it off right side. Got a big hole between tackle and, I think, tight end there. And he will take it across the 20 to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 8 on his second carry of the night. And we roll under 5 minutes to go on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. Las Cruces 42, Alamogordo 21. And it's kind of been the difference all night long. It's about 3 scores. 2 receivers at the bottom, 1 at the top. And Alba, the running back to the left of Guardiola in the shotgun. They are milking the play clock all the way down here on a 2nd and 3. Shift the lead back off to the right. And hand off to Alba again. And that big offensive line pushing guys about 3, 4, 5 yards downfield. And finally brought down to 10 is Alba. It's a gain of 7, and it's another Las Cruces first down. Yeah, I mean, that's what you just can't help but notice is Bulldogs are still engaged with the Tiger defenders, and they're moving guys down the field. I mean, it's one of those that it's just been tough for that Tiger offensive line tonight, and they've been stacking a little bit more at the line. We saw them adjust pretty nicely against Riverside, but tonight just haven't been able to find the key to start to slow down. And I think the problem also is the Bulldogs can pass the ball well. Handoff, Alba, and he goes off the left side. And Bulldogs are going to try to hurry up and run it again. That was a gain of about 3 or 4 for Alba, and they're right back at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5. They give it to Alba again. Alba is met, but he continues to fight forward for a touchdown, and he gets in. It's a 5-yard score for Alba. And the Bulldogs add on to the lead with 3:37 to go in the ball game and make it 48-21. They'll try another extra point. That'll be the 7th of the night for Walter. Snap. Kick is up. Tigers got some pressure on, and he's going to miss this one. So not sure if I got a hand on it or just the pressure caused some issues there. But it is all Las Cruces tonight. One of the few things that has not gone their way this evening. 48-21 with 3:37 remaining in the ballgame. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019. We'll be right back.
When you open a youth savings account for your child or grandchild at our credit union, you'll be starting them on a lifetime of smart financial decisions. They'll learn that our credit union is there to help them in the future. We are member-owned and not-for-profit, so there's no better place to save. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
Ochoa Stucco serves residential and commercial projects all throughout this wonderful community. Whether you're looking for some patching up or a complete stucco on your home or business, Ochoa Stucco has you covered. 575-442-6745. Go Tigers!
Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Nex International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019. Alamogordo trails 48-21 on the Richardson Motors scoreboard as the Bulldogs will kick it off. By the way, I had the wrong man there. Angel Jimenez was the man who scored there. Sorry, I think I got started on Alba. It's 20, and it was 30 that whole time they were running the football for the Bulldogs. Here's a squib kick, and I think the Bulldogs were offsides on that kick attempt. And so we'll push it back 5 yards. Bulldogs trying something a little bit different, and I think that you can tell that from the Bulldogs sideline. I mean, they're coaching to the end of the game, and that's what listen, that's what you should do in these situations. You know, it's one of those that there's obviously some things that they can build on going into next week for themselves, and Cruces has got eyes on a district championship. They believe that they've got a chance to beat Centennial this year, which genuinely from watching them, I think that's going to be a really interesting game between Cruces and Centennial. When that game, I'm not sure if that's the last game of the season, kind of like Cruces and Mayfield used to be, or Tigers will get the ball and who has it there for the Tigers? It looks like number 5. I think it was Aiden Vasquez who returned that for Alamogordo. Out to the 30, and see if Alamogordo maybe is going to throw in some of their 2s here at the end of the game and give them some varsity time. Well, let's see. I don't know for sure. Not the case. So Elijah Montoya stays out there. And the Tigers will continue with their 1s here to try and, again, build something positive here heading into next week. They got to take the long road trip out to Hobbs. And that game may decide whether Alamogordo is a playoff team or not this year. I don't know if beating Oregon Mountain, now certainly beating Centennial would do that. Here's a throw out to Jason Warren at the near sideline, and he is going to be brought down out of bounds. I think the man he's been going up against most of the night, Cohen Morales. And that's a gain of 7 on the completion to Jason. Two receivers to the top and 2 to the bottom. Hergenrader is the running back in there for the Tigers. Here's the snap, and they'll give it to Dillon. Dillon will try to take it straight up the middle, but not much there. And he'll be pushed back, not before he gains, it looks like, a yard on forward progress. And the clock rolling, or getting ready to roll under 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. So the Tigers will fall to 4-3, 1-1 in district. They go to Hobbs next Friday, and yeah, I mean, that's, I think, similar to the Las Cruces game in Las Cruces last year. that may be the difference on maybe who comes out of this district outside of Centennial and Las Cruces. Centennial beating the Bulldogs tonight, and Elijah Montoya going to run straight ahead and show a little bit of his power. We've seen that a bit tonight from Elijah. He's really ran the ball well tonight. Most times I think he's run the ball this season. That's 9 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown tonight for Elijah Montoya. Hergenrader checks out of the game. And is that Audette that's back in? He shifted to the right side, so I can't tell who it is. And running straight ahead, no, that's going to be number 8, Devin Barris for the Tigers. And the gain of 2 for Devin, his first carry of the night. And it's second down and 8, a minute 35 to go. Two receivers at the top and 2 at the bottom. Tigers sticking the 4-wide look. Let's see if maybe they go to the air here or if they're just trying to get out of here with nobody getting banged up here before this one finishes up. And, yeah, they'll hand it off, give it to Barris. Barris picking his way through traffic up the right side and gets it out to the 50-yard line. It's a gain of 3 or 4 for him. And it'll make it third down and 4. So yeah, we'll give him 4 on the carry. 3rd and 4 from the 50-yard line as we're under a minute to go in the ball game. Tigers trailing 48-21, and so we'll be there in Hobbs coming up on Friday nights as the Tigers will take on the Eagles. And both teams are going to look at that situation of, you know, Hobbs will still have to beat Carlsbad before the end of the season. And I don't know if Alamogordo jumped early. They did. Dead ball, 5-yard penalty. Tigers really haven't been penalized much in this game. I think that's just their 3rd penalty for 20 yards. They've, they've kept their cool most of the night. Really hasn't been we haven't seen personal foul penalties, which has been kind of a thing the last couple of weeks for the Tigers. And so, I mean, there are some good things out of this, but you got to say maybe the energy was zapped out of the game a little bit when Cruces goes down and scores on their first 3 drives. So, and you look at the scoreboard, that's kind of the difference in the drive or in the game. Quick throw to the outside. Gonzalez has got the catch, and he is going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. He'll continue to fight and maybe get a yard on the reception. And on 4th down, I don't think the Tigers are going to run another play. Yeah, they're going to let it run out. So that's going to do it. Las Cruces is going to get the win on the Richardson Motor scoreboard. 48-21 the final. Bulldogs improved to 2-0 in district and 3-4. They've won their last 3 games now. Tigers will drop to 4-3 and 1-1 in district, and they will make their way to Hobbs next Friday night in what could be the decider on whether the Tigers are a playoff team in 2023. We've got the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show coming up for y'all next. So stay with us here on Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. We'll get you stats. We'll get you scores from around the state. Stay with us.
It's Tiger football season. All of us at Otero Federal Credit Union are supporting the athletes and coaches, and we know they're going to have a great season. We hope you'll stop by one of our great branches and take advantage of all our services: checking, savings, vehicle loans, credit cards, and so much more. It's also simple and easy to bank with us online anytime. Download the OFCU app today or visit oterofcu.org. OFCU, your community credit union since 1953. Federally insured by NCUA.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company.
When someone thinks they have a better idea, like a new way to make it or a new place to take it, they start their own business. Every small business has not-so-small ambitions. We can help you with about every financial service you'll need, like e-statements to save your filing space, mobile banking from your smartphone, lines of credit for expansion, and online account access. To us, there's nothing small about small business.
First National Bank, member FDIC. When you grow, we grow.
Tularosa Communication is now offering the smart Wi-Fi with built-in network security and enhanced parental controls. Do you have kids at home that you want to protect from overexposure on the internet? Block content, set internet time limits, or app and website restrictions for each family member in the house. Get notified when you have a network intrusion and reroute bandwidth to devices that matter the most, all from an app on your phone. Take control of your internet with Tularosa Communications. Visit tularosa.net or call 585-2700 for more information.
It's never too early to lay away. Letter jackets for Christmas.
The Winter Circle offers a variety of letter jackets in traditional styles for your students in Alamogordo, Cloudcroft, Tularosa, and Mescalero. Stop by today and help make your high schoolers' last years memorable. Lay away your letter jacket now. The Winter Circle, outfitting champions for over 50 years.
1201 East 10th Street. Open Monday through Friday.
Go Tigers! See you at the games!
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230-1019. This is the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show as the Alamogordo Tigers fall to the Las Cruces Bulldogs 48-21. Tigers drop to 4-3, 1-1 in district, and next play at Hobbs next Friday night. So for the Tigers, they just did not have an answer for the Bulldogs offense. Bulldogs did not punt the entire night. I believe they scored on every offensive drive, so all 7 of their offensive drives they had in this game, they scored on. The only negative offensively for them was a missed extra point right there at the end of the game. And, that was, I think even if Alamogordo's offense had been clicking on all cylinders, it would have been very difficult for them to win this game. Maybe. I don't know. If Alamo gets off to a good start offensively and maybe goes down the field and scores right there at the beginning of the game, maybe that makes a difference for the Tigers. I don't know, but going 3 and out on back-to-back drives, it wasn't going to be the Tigers' night right away there. But this is also a team that has fought back a lot this year, so there was a part of me that kind of wondered, maybe they'll find something here, but just wasn't meant to be. The Tigers, I think, got it down to 2 scores at one occasion in the game, but that was as close as Alamogordo got after they fell behind 21-0. Some stats for you. Elijah Montoya had a good game. 9 of 18 passing, 154 yards and a touchdown. 9 rushes for 61 yards and a touchdown. Anthony Audette, good game both offensively and defensively. Again, 10 carries, 130 yards, a touchdown. Had 4 or 5 really good tackles as the game progressed. DeAndre Martin, 2 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. Jason Warren had 3 catches for 44 yards. Michael Gonzalez finished with 4 catches for 14 yards on the night. Andrew Tejas had a reception for 3 yards. Nathaniel Beth had a reception for 7 yards tonight. A few other rushers this evening. Dylan Hergenrader had 3 carries for 13 yards. Devin Barris had 2 carries for 5 yards. Aiden Vasquez didn't punt that much tonight either. He only had 2 punts this evening. Now, mind you, one of them ended up being a face mask. There would have been a third punt that kept that one drive alive for the Tigers, but averaged about 32.5 yards per punt tonight. 3 of 3 on extra points. Defensively for the Tigers, not a lot of super positive things for them at the end of the day. They, there were a few nice tackles in there. DeAndre Martin, Anthony Audette. I know I called. Rusty Davidson had a good stop in there. Kamarian Morale. But, for the most part, this was probably the toughest time the Tigers had this year outside of maybe the Los Lunas game, perhaps. Riverside, the way they bounced back against Riverside was well done. But you can tell against a team that, Las Cruces and Los Lunas are probably the most complete offenses they've faced this year, and the Tigers have had a bit of a tough time against that. But I think next week against Hobbs is a toss-up game. In all fairness, Hobbs is, they're not quite what they were last year. They're still pretty big, but I think the skill players, they're not quite as talented as they were last season, so we'll see what happens. All right, let's take one break here, and then we'll come back and wrap it up on the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show, and we'll tell you about some of the other scores going on around the state of New Mexico. Certainly Tularosa and Mescalero and Apache. We'll check in on see what's going on with them. So we'll come right back. You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk 12:30 on 19.
In business and in life, It's good to have a partner and a friend. The credit union partners with our members to build a stronger financial future. Your debit card and online banking keeps you in control of your finances. We belong to you, so you stay in control. Loco Credit Union, we belong to you. Online at lococreditunion.com. We're federally insured by NCUA. We're an equal housing lender.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project. If your home is in need of some stucco work, either the whole house or some patch and paint work, Ochoa Stucco has the expertise to get the job done and done right. Contact them today at 575-442-6745 for your estimate. Go Tigers! When life happens, OFCU has a loan for that. Appliances, furniture, medical, repairs, vacations, consolidations, and more. OFCU's personal loans are as low as 9.99% APR. Apply online at oterofcu.org or in person today. All loans are subject to credit approval. Other restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your success is our success. We belong to you.
Ryan Richardson Motor Company wishes the Tigers an amazing winning season. May your efforts match your dreams. Buy, sell, or trade late model cars, trucks, and SUVs. Financing available. Stop by for a test drive and score an amazing deal with Ryan Richardson Motor Company. 318 South White Sands Boulevard or online at ryanrichardson.company. That's ryanrichardson.company. Big O Tires has the best deals on tires, brakes, oil changes, and more. Now through October 1st, get $50 to $100 instant savings on 4 select in-stock Next International tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
84 Lumber is a name and a company you can trust as your hometown building partner, providing the quality you expect and the service you deserve. Visit the Alamogordo location at 3401 North White Sands Boulevard or 84lumber.com to get started on your next home project.
Alamo Sports and Talk, 1230 1019. Let's check on the scores and jumped on NFHS Network and literally just watched Hot Springs take a pick six back to the house against Mescalero Apache to take a 24-18 with a lead with a little over a minute to go in that game. So certainly looks like Hot Springs maybe going to come out there with a victory, but that's a tough one for the Chiefs. Very similar to last year. Mescalero Apache led most of the way, and then Hot Springs found a way towards the end to get the win. 21-18 was the score I saw last for Cobre and Tularosa. At least that's what's up on Max Preps, and I'm trying to check in here on NFHS Network. But we'll get you updates of the scores as we head on over to our Facebook page. So make sure to check that out, and we'll get you some finals for some of those games. But let's see some other scores for you guys. Santa Rosa beat McCurdy 62-12. Clovis. They were up pretty big. Let me see. I know the Santa Fe New Mexican was covering that game on their Twitter page, so let me find that one. Maybe it was Santa Fe New Mexican Sports. Let me see. I know I saw it earlier. I'll find it for you here in a second. Never mind. I'll find it at some point. I know that I was looking at it a little while ago, so. Let's see. Any other scores for you guys? Eunice beat Hagerman 53-0. Volcano Vista over Cibola 60-14. St. Mike's beat Robertson 21-0. Los Lunas all over Albuquerque High. Last score update was 42-0 on that game. I'm sure they pulled away and won that one. Rio Grande looked like they were going to beat Valencia. Sandia on the way to beating El Dorado 26-6. Rio Rancho, they were not up 50-0 that game. Centennial beat Hobbs 28-7. Jow beat Loving 24-6. And that appears to be it. I think that's all we got for scores for you guys tonight. Let me real quickly check on NMOT Sports and see if we've got anything on there for you guys. There weren't a ton of updates earlier in the night, so let me see if that changed. West Las Vegas beat Raton 33-21. St. Mike's over Robertson, we mentioned. Santa Rosa, I think they won that game mercy rule. And let's see, Melrose over Clayton 54-0. Yeah, I don't see any other updates in there. So NMOT Sports usually has a good update at the end of the night to let you guys know who won which particular games. Our final score here, 48-21. Las Cruces defeats Alamogordo. Tigers, again, will be at Hobbs next Friday night. We'll be there for that one. I haven't been to Hobbs Stadium in quite a while, so we'll be excited to bring you that one from Hobbs coming up next Friday here on Alamo Sports and Talk. Not much in terms of high school sports this weekend. We've got Lady Tiger Volleyball tomorrow. Alamogordo Cross Country ran kind of late tonight. We'll try to get the scores up for you guys. They were out in Artesia for, I think it's called the Twilight Run over there. So we'll let you guys know what happened with that and get you the rest of the high school football scores. And is there anything else tomorrow? I think Alamogordo Volleyball is the only thing that's going on tomorrow. But that's at the Tiger Pit. Go support the Lady Tigers as they host Deming. That'll do it for our broadcast. Thanks for listening to the Otero Federal Credit Union postgame show here on Alamo Sports and Talk. And on the Richardson Motor scoreboard, it's Las Cruces 48, Alamogordo 21. We hope you have a great rest of your Friday night, and we'll be back with you Tiger football next Friday from Hobbs.
You're listening to Alamo Sports and Talk, KRSY 1230 AM and K270CS 1019 FM, Alamogordo.
No roadblocks are scheduled today on Highway 70, 54 South, or 380. For the latest roadblock information, call 575-678-1178. Tonight's forecast is calling for partly cloudy. In Alamogordo, expect a low of 53. Cloudcroft, an overnight low of 34. For Saturday, we're looking at mostly sunny skies, mostly clear tomorrow night. Alamogordo tomorrow, high of 76, low